Yeah, sure it is.
Oh, it's Agent 47?
Yeah.
Dude, the skin tone actually matches pretty good.
It's not.
You have the wieners that go with this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Bring them.
No, I'm not gonna bring the wieners. Get flagged.
Wanted to have them for the behind the scenes video. You gotta pop this next one out though.
Yeah, I saw it. Well, that's funny that one came with it, and then the other ones that I get don't come.
Wait, man, you get your soundboard ready?
I have a soundboard. I won't overdo it, trust me.
Do you have the poorly educated on there?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking clean. Honestly. Battle damage.
This is not bad for $100.
Dude, this is not bad for $200. Dude, that was cool. I like that. That's.
I think that's perfect.
Dude, those are pretty sick. Makes my king hero look like shit.
Who makes it?
Dr. Toys. So amazing.
Yeah.
That way, a T-Rex too.
Oh, hubby.
What's another funny
I
video?
think it's like
That's what she
Yes.
said.
Nice.
similar
Okay.
scale to this one. It looks like on a base.
Maybe
I wanna get that.
Jesse, can you put the link to
That's
that
what
on
she said.
auxiliary? The link to that YouTube video, can you put on auxiliary?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Kleenex was made
Okay, what?
So they'll just keep bringing full stuff over to me. Like, I need
with
this.
a soft, soothing touch.
I'm the worst influence.
Kleenex Soothing Lotion. America's softest lotion tissue.
Oh, that's good. That's what she said.
Dude, I literally just came from
What?
home.
Don't speak it out like that.
And I just ate, and I'm still hungry.
Hey, that's what she said.
Ow! I don't know if your dog would get upset.
No.
I'm really sorry. I'm not used to it, you know what I mean?
No, I know. It's kind of weird, like when things like that happen, you kind of get reminded, you know?
I feel like shit now.
Yeah, you should. I'm not over it yet, and we'll have to record. That's the, what is it? The metal one? Soul of Shigoken.
That's what
Yeah.
she said.
Damn. Sweet. Okay, so.
That's me.
Hey, that's what she said.
That's a better one. That's like a classic one right there.
But I'm editing these.
No, it's fine.
Hey, that's what she said. That's what she said.
Check it
That's
out.
what she said.
Can you get a round of applause also?
That's what she said.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can.
What the hell? That's so dusty.
Is that the old-
Oh, I was like, god damn it. Like, did it come with it? Holy
God
shit.
damn.
Yeah, that doesn't say anything.
Manny versus the guy she does.
That's what she said.
Dude, this podcast
Man,
Holy shit. So is it supposed to be the same scale? Like they just got this one really wrong? Or?
No, this is the old scale. So this is
okay.
Player's Kai. This is 10-inch scale. This is Player.
Dude, you should get a Billy bookcase for all your.
7-inch scale.
So what's that? 6 scale? Or one like 10-inch scale?
It is 10-inch scale.
Oh, dude, that looks. Okay, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, I don't have any batteries for it, so I don't have the lights.
What batteries is it?
Let me see. I have it on my phone.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Dr. Been here almost 4 or 5 months now, but it's like 6 to 8 times coming here, right?
What's up,
Been
Steph?
doing this all my life.
Excited to hear.
Drinking lane.
Glad somebody's excited.
Huh?
So I'm glad somebody's
Come and
excited.
get
Oh, so already
We're
was
gonna see how
coming.
hard you is.
Damn it, he had to come today.
Because you the very type to come right in here and get some bleach thrown in your face and get stuck up. You think you can take that off? I'm saying, all right, for y'all some girls, the men, they're trying to try
say
and
bye to
impress
them?
you.
3LR44.
Yeah, that's the Iron Man letters. Say bye-bye, everybody. Say bye, funny bunnies. I know, we're about to, you wanna be on the podcast? Can you stay up late?
Hey, you.
We're gonna take up from your bottle. Alright, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, people of YouTube. No, bye-bye. Oh my god, you got a hiccup and everything. Alright,
You
let's
got the hicks.
go. Say bye-bye. There you go, that's very nice of you. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Oh, here, Nini. Oh.
But you're not that cute.
Oh, man, dude. So I don't have the poncho.
Oh, Seth, this is your
Well,
gift
yeah.
for your baby. You can make it
So it
a little
has the
easier.
helmet, the extra
They
hair,
can't drop their
the
bottle.
rifle,
You look
the
dusty.
training droid,
So the boys can walk.
the boots, the leg wraps. He repainted them.
So
The
they're
pants and they're. It's actually really funny because they're too dark. Yes. Thanks, dude.
But you're not that cute. And your hair is uneven.
He was like, "What?"
You look dusty.
I was gonna wash my hands.
Oh, man. This is good.
All right.
All right, I got some new sound clips. Y'all have heard them, but they're edited finally.
My favorite.
That's what she said.
And
You look dusty.
what was I saying? You look dusty. I'm gonna play it when y'all talk about Iron Man.
She got the one that the over.
Huh?
No, that's a little explicit.
Trying to get some dick. Yeah, I was like,
Hey, fuck me in my ass, man. I can't record that one for some reason.
hey, do you have those batteries?
No.
Wait, do I have those batteries?
You have an Iron Man, yes.
Ooh,
They are.
I just won one.
Dude, if you wouldn't have done this, it would have been perfect.
I know. Well, we were talking about that on the podcast that I was eventually gonna buy it back from him.
Not anymore.
No, I don't. That's what I was asking if it was reversible.
He went too far.
No.
Are you gonna use a Sharpie or the Neato?
Any other sound bits you have?
I think we're good. Is that a free app that you're using?
No, I'm just recording off of YouTube and then playing with it.
What was the little button app that you're using?
Oh, that's done.
Oh.
I could use that one too.
Damn, my chest is hurting. Every time I pick up, like I reach down or like pick up the baby, it's like,
Heart attack?
hopefully not.
What stuff?
Fuck off.
Can you use this? That one. That's the original Vegeta.
Hey, yo!
And you have. I'll fucking walk off this podcast if you play that.
Hey, when somebody says something boring,
Wait, so how are you saving them as, you're just saving them a playlist and then?
I'm going back and forth.
Oh my god, man, he's all technical over here. Alright, so everyone's on the show sheet, right?
Oh,
Wait, man, have you finished that plug thing you're working on? That you said like a 15, 30-second thing you were working on?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
It's still under construction.
oh no, sorry.
Oh,
Swords everywhere.
Yeah.
Alright, let's mic check. Mic check.
My check.
Mikey check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Bazinga.
Dude, Joe Free has officially bit the bullet.
Joffrey?
Joffrey.
Oh, Joffrey. Nice.
That's all I saw.
That's a good part of the show.
Oh,
I wish it was a little more
Hang
satisfying.
on, hang on, hang on.
It-
Steve,
it was.
Check on mic. Mic check.
My check.
Mikey check. Mic check.
Mic check.
Check on mic. Mic check.
Everyone's so quiet.
Where are you?
Oh no. Are we? Let's see.
What's all this jumbled bullshit up here?
It's called Graveling.
Can I see it?
No. Because like this thing isn't attached that
I can't
way.
get us all.
Yeah, I know. That's why
It's
I
like
want to
a
see it.
desk piece. Here, I'll turn around.
I want to see the green one.
Killed me.
Stand up.
Oh my God, look.
Alright, let's do a mic check. Everyone's so quiet. Mic check.
Mike?
Check.
Mike.
Mic check.
I thought one of my check if you talk like you might know.
Wait,
Mic
wait.
check.
Mike?
Mic check.
Mike?
Check. Mic.
Mic check.
You guys, you two talk normally. So you
Damn, I got honey on me.
What?
Like I was eating that
Drinking honey?
No, Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Any of the food? Alright, man, mic check with me. Mic check.
My check, my check.
Hey, where do you put your paper towel?
Huh?
Mic check. Mic check. Mic.
I got something.
Just bring it down just a tad. I think it should be. Excuse me. Nice and close.
Bro, did you get that one?
Alright. Jesse, is the camera good?
We're all looking good. Everyone's phones except yours on silent.
Is my name on the King K. Rool?
He looks really familiar. Why do I know him?
It's a Donkey Kong character.
Why you being a dickhead?
Oh, it's fun.
Being a dickhead.
Podcast would be epic. Award-winning. Award-winning.
We might abruptly lower his eyes.
Hey, welcome to the podcast.
That's a
Hey,
good one.
hey, you're now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Hey, will you put that over there?
Yeah.
I won't need it.
Oh shit.
No, like,
Oh, you don't need it. Need it. I got you.
You good? I would say you guys just should come down just a tad from your mic check voice, so we're good.
I was actually pretty quiet. I was like,
Dude, for in the listener special, you were really quiet. It was weird. You were
Yeah.
talking like really
I
low.
kept thinking because we're in while we were recording, you kept telling me to go up.
Yeah,
And I was
why are you
listening to
so
it, I was like-
quiet? Oh, because you had the
mine-
headphones on.
But mine and Manny's were louder than the other ones.
Yeah, they were being really quiet.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. I mean, it doesn't sound
Just go
terrible.
like this while they're talking.
Well, I kept doing it.
Make it all nervous.
I don't want my check.
Hey, we're on YouTube?
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube.
Plug 4 so far.
How many people? Oh, yeah. Okay, ready?
4 peeps.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Did I talk too loud?
That was actually pretty good.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
Except just bring it up just a little bit. I think we should be good.
It's Seth. How dare you.
Okay, so this means bring it up, let's bring it down.
Slow down.
Usually for what we do is like for the segments, like if it's Dean's segment, he'll start off and then we'll go around the table. And then for my segment, like for your segment, I'll be the first one to talk. For Jesse's segment, you'll be the first one to talk. Unless like I don't have anything to say, like I'll just like let whoever know that it's going to be going a little faster than normal.
He really never has anything to say.
That's funny. My mom was like, "Will you ever record every week for an hour?" And like, people listen. I'm like, yes. What do you guys say? You guys are so boring. You're so boring. What are you talking about? Well,
Okay, well,
no, it was about they're saying I'm so boring. I was like, well, let's talk about
you really are. We really.
Good to know that your mom is so encouraging.
yeah. So Seth, so we'll do Zach, Dean, Manny, Jesse, and then I'll introduce you. All right. Oh, I forgot to change the intro. Oh wow.
Apparently, I'm very special to Dean.
No, you're actually
I was like, wait a minute.
Actually, Ian said that your sister's segment was one of his favorite segments on the show.
Oh,
You should
nice.
let her know.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I've always wanted to know about the statue. Like,
Yeah, dude, we didn't even get into half of it, honestly.
dude,
we
I
didn't get
know.
into shipping. We
Yeah.
mentioned about the markup on statues.
I want to talk to him more about
So,
statues.
Dude, we didn't
Let's
get into
have her
a lot.
on soon. But that segment, like my computer's starting to freak out, and I was like, I don't want to cut it off and like we lose all that.
Yeah, I want her to be able to get one of her statues in it and
Come
come,
in.
come back on.
Does she have toothless?
No, dude,
Dude, I want one so bad.
I wanted to get it for her birthday, and my mom was like, nah. I was like, I'll go.
Hold on next week.
Because it wasn't that expensive of a statue.
$400. All right, you ready?
Just a bit.
I don't think it was that much.
Just 400. Yeah, because I had $100 worth of points, and I wanted to bring it to 300. Because it looks so cute, and it reminded me of my dog. And I was like, obviously the movie yet though, and I don't want to.
Oh, you know, you might be right, because I was thinking if me and my mom were done half and half, it would have been like 200.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, no. I was like,
Maybe Deanie's episode was the last episode, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
So let's mention like, oh, we're gonna have Deanie come on
again.
again soon.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like I know she had a lot to say.
Yeah,
But like,
definitely.
we were starting to cut it into like an hour 40 already, and I was like,
Yeah.
computer's making a lot of noise there.
What year is this?
2010, but I upgraded the RAM.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, mine's a 2011, and I don't trust it to do anything except DJing. I don't even DJ. I haven't DJed all year.
Don't say that. Don't jinx me. I can't afford it.
I'm sorry.
The death
That one's
punishment.
216.
Making my day, Joe.
I'll have to get it back.
I gotta get live. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, because I let her have it since I use my tablet.
Can you let me
now.
have it?
That's what she said.
Yes, for a price. How is it?
All right, so we got Mervin, Sean. Yeah, Sean, we are talking about Hyperworld tonight.
Yep, I let her know.
Dude, what the hell? Okay, we're going to talk about it.
It
I
looks
was like, what's with the prices?
okay. All right,
80,
ready?
50, 80. It's like, what is...
Oh my god, I gotta add one more thing. Okay, so I was talking to Ian, and I was like, give me a cool British phrase that we can say in the show, like so you can like appeal to a broader audience. He's like, what was the saying? He said,
You forgot it.
he's like, I jumped on that like a skank on a bag of chips. And I'm like,
What?
I'm sweating in a fucking shirt.
so Dean, if you want to drop that in somewhere,
Wait, say it again. I'm going to jump on that
like a skank on a bag of chips. All right, so that's your job today.
Okay. Oh, let me write it down, because I will definitely forget.
Or here, use this.
That's a
Skank on a bag of chips. I was like, he said it in the middle of the interview, and I started like, and then later I was like, explain.
What was it?
Like it's something you're really eager to do.
Oh.
And I was like, never comes back.
Some water.
Yeah, there's cups over here.
Ooh, let's
Why
see.
did I drink some of this?
He's like, I have family.
I have children, small children at home.
But you want to? Oh, okay, never mind.
Huh?
Sorry. Oh my god, I got a story to tell on rock trading. Oh my god, it was the most cringeworthy thing. Remind me to tell you the story about that song.
Okay.
It was.
It's actually really funny. I was listening to Tiger Belly the other day, and they had Michael Brisbane on, who's an MMA fighter, and he was talking about, he's British, so they have different terms, and he was doing some live MMA, like
Speed this up.
almost like a real world, and they were filming him, and he didn't want to be filmed. He's like, "Get out of here, you cheeky bastards!"
Oh,
And the next day, like the fucking top people from the network came down and like, dude, you can't be saying racial slurs like that. And he's like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, the camera guy's Asian, you call him cheeky. And he's like, that's not what I said. call them a cheeky
Cheeky.
bastard. It's like a British thing. I don't know what it means. But it's just really funny. It reminded me of this.
Yeah.
It was like how different our languages are. You know,
Yeah. All right, so I got my sponsor tag ready.
Okay.
Okay, so for the sponsor tags, I might recut them if I don't like them to sound.
You know what, dude? Just do whatever.
This guy's on.
It turns out better.
It's metal. I'll check that out.
It's like the 281.
Damn, dude. This thing
Are you ready?
Right, this is the original one.
Dean, my favorite thing is when you're like, all right, it's my segment new this week, and then you explain what it is. It's like, it's what you got new this week. It's cute. It like brings a smile on my face.
Okay.
The pure
I'm
innocence
gonna
of
keep
Dean.
doing that.
All right, ready?
Is that a squeak? It was like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna mention the Iron Man, but we're gonna talk about it later on my news this week.
When you want to talk about it later.
I thought.
No, we can go into it at new this week.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be.
Or do you want to skip
No,
yourself?
by
and
the
say,
time we
like,
start, it'll be 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I thought. You,
Okay, Mr. Noisemaker.
I thought you had different on the.
No, I ain't put it in the new this week.
You're like Dean Mr. Lucky. I thought it was like a whole other segment.
Okay, so let's move Mr. Lucky.
It doesn't have to be. I can do now. I just thought I would mention it.
We'll move it to before Toy Fair. Dude, that was legit. I need to see that video, Jesse, of Dean's knees shaking.
Dude, I got it. It's on the, it's uploaded to YouTube. You should be able to
I
see
thought
it.
they struck it
No.
But you put up both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't
Today?
tell me.
because I went last night. It was
No. It's on private. It's private.
Oh, I
Oh
can't.
shit, it is up.
It's towards the very end.
Okay, I just
Very end.
Was it me that pointed out?
Yeah. Right here.
Oh my god, dude, that was insane.
No, it might be before that.
I think it was right before that.
Me and Dean. Whoever's last is whoever gets picked. Yeah, Dean. Dean wins. Oh my god! Dude, that's good.
He does. And so the next clip should be it.
Let me see.
Alright, let's get started. Seth is like texting. I need an emergency gathering. Alright. 3, 2.
Oh, shit. Are we recording?
We're good. Alright. Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Manny.
And I'm Jesse.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This is a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting. Joined here by one of my best friends, Seth. He's actually the first person that I've ever met in a national group, and he is here today. Seth, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Seth. Like you just said. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
You collect hot toys.
King of the North.
Tell us, yeah, King of the North. Tell us what you collect. Tell us.
I collect mostly 1/6 scale figures, hot toys, sideshow. I do have some Transformers.
Those 3A.
No, I don't actually have any 3A Transformers.
Do you have
Sounds
a
like
theme like Star Wars, DC, Marvel?
pretty much everything. Actually.
Everything?
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't have like one theme. I have like many themes.
So it's whatever.
Yeah, he has like almost as much, if not more, wall space as far as like shelves with figures on it than I do like in this kitchen. Like
Yeah,
like
I have-
floor to ceiling
Wow.
stuff.
Someday.
Like when you have a little kid, like man, you better get a baby gate for that room, man.
I
That's-
actually have a baby game.
There you go.
So I'm good.
So before we get too deep in this episode, we wanted to thank our friends over at Jazz Inc. Dioramas for their sponsorship of this week's podcast.
Yeah.
They make the highest quality 1/6 and now 1/12 scale dioramas on the market. You can find their in-stock and upcoming items on the web at jazzinkdioramas.com. They also have a special limited time offer exclusively for our Collecting Weekly listeners. Now, this is the first time they've ever done anything like this, and it might, it's not something that's going to be going on forever, so
Right.
if what I'm about to say piques your interest, definitely
Jump on it.
definitely jump on it. So, again, this is something that we don't know how long this is going to last for, but you can get 10% off any item on their site by using the promo code Collecting Weekly. One word, no caps. Like I said, it won't last forever. So, one time per household, jazzinkdioramas.com. You can check out all of their wonderful dioramas, and you can make your collection come to life. Amazing deal.
Hell yeah.
That is
That's
nice.
a good deal.
Literally the coolest thing. Round of applause. Nice.
Yes, remember guys, it's promo code Collecting Weekly.
One word, no caps, no
spaces.
spaces. You can use that right before you check out, and it's 10% off your order. Now, Dean, let's get started with our typical segment. First segment, new this week.
This week.
We should have a jingle for
Yeah, we
that.
should, I should write
All
something.
right, let's do it again. All right, 3, 2, 1. New this week.
Yeah, you got on video, it's official. Yeah, just talk about the things you got this week. I had a super busy week.
Insane week,
Yeah,
actually.
you
Facts, where's my little bag here?
Santa Claus.
No, I don't know. Oh, here it is. I finally got my little Coke figure from Japan.
Not bad.
Oh,
So this is
Cloud.
a Cloud Coke figurine.
Yeah, this came out.
Is it a bottle cap?
Yeah. No, it's not a bottle cap.
Oh, it's
It doesn't say the year, but a long time ago. I've always wanted one, and then I was like, hey, I make money, and so I bought it.
like-
I finally got one of my Grail figures from the UAE. It came in.
Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, dude, it was so exciting. So I was driving, and I got a notification on my phone that my doorbell rang.
Oh, you have a ring?
Yeah. And it's the mail guy, and I could see the box because the seller had showed me the box. And I recognized it.
What's a box?
Shut up. The box.
While you were at a red light,
I
of
was going
course.
to say package and then box.
As you were at a red light.
And I was like 6 minutes away from my house. So I'm like trying to get the thing to work, like, hello. Like, I'm like, don't go anywhere. I'm right here. Will not work.
This dude ran 3 red lights on the way.
So I'm like, I'm going pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like at a stoplight. I see my dad's truck, and he pops an illegal Yui. And I was like, go get the mail guy. Because I could see it. I reload the app, and the mail guy's puttering away from my house. I was like, no. So the light turns green. I clear 3 lights. There's like a cop right there. But we like exited right before we got to him because
your dad's driving the car.
Yeah, he's ahead of me,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was in a separate car. I just happened to see my dad pop a U.
Oh,
And so my dad flags the guy down. I pull up behind my dad, and my dad got the package for me. I
do
was
you have
like,
to sign for, since from the UAE, like a customs form or?
No, just a normal signature.
Oh, okay, nice.
I guess it transferred just to UPS.
Yeah. So what figure was it again?
The Player Arts Kai Yuffie Kisaragi from Velvet's The Avid Children, which is what my next figure is from, that I got from GM Toys, Geek Meal Toys, shout out Kim. The Player Arts Kai, Final Fantasy VII, Cloud, and Fenrir.
Good.
And as you can see, this thing is beautiful.
It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
It's
more than
massive.
twice the size as the original. We have it here right
That's
there.
what she said.
That
That was pretty quick.
was really good.
That was good.
Johnny on the spot. Eh?
Yeah, this came in yesterday, and Kim was like, "Oh my god, dude! Like, you're not gonna believe how amazing this thing is." And I was like,
I feel like you're gonna say how big this thing
and I was like, "Dude, I really want to pick it up. Like, I can meet you right now, like as soon as possible." And he was like, "Are you gonna be at the toy show on Sunday?" And I was like, "Dude, if you make me wait that long, I'm gonna go crazy." And he's like, "No, I was just kidding. What about tomorrow?" And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Kim, I can't wait till tomorrow, dude. Please help me out. And he was like, all right, just come to my house. Or that's what I offered. I was like, you don't even have to meet me anywhere. I'll come to you. And I guess that never happens. He was like, okay, cool. Most times it's people wanting them to meet them
Yeah.
halfway across town for a Marvel Legend. So
Yeah.
the fact that I was willing to drive all the way. Actually, he lives really close to here.
Really?
Like right off Prue.
What the hell? It made it seem like it was so far for him to come here last time. Just kidding.
We're talking that trashy listens. He's a regular listener.
Kim, not to interrupt Dean, but I had jumped for those Game of Thrones dragons.
Oh, he has one on order.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's gonna get Drogon.
Okay,
Here's
yeah.
a serial.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he told me when I was there. Yes, I picked this up and it's everything I've ever wanted in a figure. And I already have another Cloud,
Mhm.
but this one gives me a chance to display them differently with the sleeve and the glasses.
Uh-huh.
And the other one I just have regular. But then my best pick,
Ooh.
Oh,
That's pickup.
it was $10.
Ooh. And we'll tell the story a little
We'll
bit
tell the
later.
story later in the show, but you guys already know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
We were all witnesses to the magic.
Yeah,
Number 15.
We all witnessed your
Magic
knees
number 15.
shaking.
yeah.
Shaky knees.
So what did you get for $10, Dean?
I got the Hot Toys Iron Man 3 Tony Stark with the
Test armor.
the test armor with the display and everything.
Dummy, the display, half the Mark 42, the diorama.
It's insane.
Yeah, that, I'm seriously, I hate you. I hate you and I love you.
Yeah,
But I mostly hate you.
but yeah, $10. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, all right. What did you get, Manny?
I picked up 2 Stormtroopers.
Yay.
Well, one of them's a New Hope.
6 scale.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker in disguise.
That's a good one.
And then the other one is Rogue One Standard Trooper. To the regular average person, they can't tell the difference. I know y'all can.
I can
I know.
tell a mile away.
And
It's
just
pretty
they're
much just in
behind
the
Vader.
chest, I think.
They're behind Vader, so it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I also got replaced Darth Vader's belt with version 2.
Tarkin 2-pack.
Yeah, and it's so much better.
Oh.
Like it's really dope. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Here at Collecting Weekly, we let nothing go to waste. So that belt
Yes.
is going to my Sebastian Shaw Vader, the belt buckle and the leather.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
yes.
I glue my Vader belts in the front and then I used Velcro in the back.
Okay.
Because I take them apart like all the time and
Right.
the buckle is gonna wear down. So I gave you some money, or I'm giving you some money for that, and then you put that
Yes.
towards the belt. It's like a win-win all around good thing.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Jesse?
On the way over here, I went to my mailbox and finally picked up the head sculpt for the custom Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
So that's the Agent
today.
47 head that I'm gonna use M35 body for. It doesn't go on there because it has a little neck peg in there.
Right. Well, you can take that.
Yeah, I can take that out. But I mean, that's finally came in, so it's freaking awesome. Yeah.
And you guys said
Imagine
that these bodies have peepees? Like
it has PP. It has an erect PP and a flat
What are you
PP.
just super?
I haven't seen them. I don't think I've seen the
Yeah,
erect and-
I'll bring it. Well, I'm gonna have to have it put it on
He's like,
there.
oh, I have it in my pocket right now.
I keep it with me in the necklace. I'll just keep it close to my heart.
My favorite part is
Keep it in a thimble around my neck.
Yeah,
so you're gonna dye it with like a red dye?
like a red dye, a blue red dye, and I don't want him to be super accurate like in the movie. I just want him to be blue.
What are you gonna
Like
do about
Converse.
this crotchal region?
It's gonna be showing. I want him in that pose where he first appears.
Is he erect when he
Oh,
first appears?
The what?
like this?
Yeah,
With the pee-pee?
with the PP.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I
Just
have
try for
a,
screen accuracy.
Remind me to never go to his house.
So never mind. I'm not even gonna.
wait, what?
Just don't
In
let
6 scale, how big is the beach? Like you have to put it to inches.
him.
Because this represents a 6 foot tall man, right?
Ish.
Okay,
I
so
don't
like
know.
the BB,
So it's like
would the BB be too small or too big?
It's proportionate. Also, part of this, imagine if like you work for Phison and you're like, oh, I got a wonderful job with this wonderful company. And they're like, all right, so
Design the
today we need you to sculpt a flaccid and a,
I would make it so big.
yeah. Well, we all can't be so fortunate, man.
Yeah, dude, this feels like the last night.
This is Manny's 6 scale penis. Whole body.
Oh,
Oh, man.
This feels really nice.
Talking about going off.
It's cool because you can just pose it and don't have to worry about anything. No
What's
joints.
under these? Is it like this?
It's a metal skeleton.
Yeah.
Do you see the hyper real Vader skeleton?
It's like that.
Oh
It's kinda
yeah.
like
Okay. Okay.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah. Seth, what did you get? You got some cool stuff on the table.
I actually got Hot Toys RoboCop
Oh,
The diecast.
you got that today?
Hell yeah.
This week?
this week.
I saw your picture on Instagram today, and I was like, I already had one.
Yeah, what's
That
your
makes
toy
sense.
Instagram, by the way?
Yeah, I don't think I'm following.
It is actually Texas Ace _toys. So you can follow me on Instagram.
Nice.
Only have like 5 or 6 photos.
Do you have
but
like
I show it more.
a booth that you use, or what do you?
I
You just
actually
use
use,
G-Tone.
yeah, I just use all of my.
Remember how I used to black out the back?
Yeah.
I was telling Seth how to do it, and he has a RGB and a white strip.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
So I just play around with the lights.
dude, your pictures look awesome.
yeah.
Like they look
I
professional.
thought you had like a one of those white things.
Yeah.
I was surprised how well the photos turned out. I mean,
Oh, wait, I think I
I'm
followed the
not
wrong
that good
one.
a photographer.
Dude, you look like a pro.
I follow both.
No, that's his.
I know, sorry, I follow both. There you go.
You also got a cool statue.
But also
here.
got this Dilophosaurus from Dom Toys. I mean, it is pretty legit.
Dude, that's awesome.
Who's the maker?
That's the one that
Yeah.
kills Zuma, right?
I heard Dom.
Yes.
Damn Dom, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
I'm bad saying damn toys.
It's okay. We're clearly not a PG podcast.
Obviously not.
Not safe for work.
I don't know how to
podcast.
pull out the whole PTSD.
Yeah, he's a good
Not,
Christian.
certainly not the first time we've had
Oh, I'm
this.
sorry.
He's going to go to church extra this week.
Pray for me extra hard.
Ten Hail Marys, Manny. Is that all you got, Seth?
Yeah, that's about all that I picked up this week.
So I've had a pretty good week. I try to be good, but when you get to Buddy's Toys and Collectibles and you see all the cool stuff,
Yeah,
man,
it's
that's
tough.
good stuff.
Shout out, buddy.
So when I got there, the first thing that I saw, which we'll talk about more during the listener special in March, was the tumbler. And I was like, man, that's tempting. And then I thought about it, and then I realized my wife would literally kill me and send me straight back to Buddy's if I came home with that. So Buddy had.
Well, then you don't have the Batman, so you have to spend more money on a Batman.
Exactly. So it'd be like $1,100 to get
Yeah.
a Batman, a tumbler. Way more than we can
Custom
afford. Oh my god, then it's plus 60s, plus 70. So he had this Mezco Mezits tumbler, and it was like $20.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? If it's on the shelf, I'm not gonna break the bank for this. And I really want something from the Nolan trilogy.
And I can snuggle it in my house.
Exactly. So I picked this up. It's pretty cool. You pointed out, Dean, which makes a lot of sense, but the wheels don't roll, which is kind of odd because there's axles in there.
Right, it's the weirdest
So
thing.
I don't know, because this is a secondhand. I don't know, maybe they glued the axles
Oh.
closed. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's cool. The little
Well,
pod opens up and you
check
can
out
put
our
Batman.
review on YouTube.
That's not a bad idea, but I mean, I like it either way. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
gonna be
it's cool.
rolling it,
That's true, because the fact that it doesn't roll, it's
'Cause of
not
my
gonna
shelf.
fall off.
Yeah, I'm not the best at installing shelves, so I don't know if it's perfectly level. I don't, it's just one less thing I have to deal with. I also got the overscaled Optimus Prime trailer,
Dude.
which, man, I know you wanted to see Optimus transformed into the robot mode, so that's what that looks like. And Buddy had
To the
it.
truck one. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Buddy had it for an excellent price. To get those from China,
much is the
it's
tax on these things?
$65. It's $65, and then you pay another $10 for the logo. So he gave it to me for $70 with the logos installed already, which is like a really good price.
Nice. I
And
feel like the cab should be taller.
I think the proportions are accurate to the masterpiece, not the gen one, the masterpiece. I think Seth has
I'm
it.
just
Maybe I
saying, if
can
you
take
look
a
at all your wheelies.
I don't. Yeah, I think it's close. I think it looks like
Have you
pretty close to the.
have you guys seen Bumblebee yet?
No, I haven't seen that one. Is it pretty good? Because you
Oh
saw
yeah,
it, right?
it's amazing. But like, I don't think this is a spoiler because you would obviously want to see Optimus Prime transform, but he's in this form, like with
Oh,
the trailer.
Optimus
and
is in the
everything.
Bumblebee movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dang, that's awesome.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, the
It's
movie.
so good.
The movie.
it's the best. Yeah, Bumblebee. It's like the best
No,
transform.
is this Bumblebee as we know it, or is it Bumblebee?
Check that out. It's just confirmed. It's a reboot. They're starting over. Starting
So they erased 2007?
Yeah, everything's
2006?
erased, and they're starting off good because they did it right this time.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your rate the flicks? Do you
That's
remember?
not praise.
I don't know. I think 6 or 10 or 6 or 7 out of 10.
But it was good, but it was 6.
The Transformers parts are good,
Oh, okay, I get what you're
but
saying.
the storyline is
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
jumbled.
Well,
But when you
Optimus-
see Transformers, it's like, dang, that's badass.
Not bad.
So Optimus is in it.
He's in it just like this, and
Does he actually look like a robot or like a jumbled piece of garbage? Like
he looks just like the
The G.
G1. Like it's like they just got it out of the cartoon.
and just, oh man, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But does he
Just watch it.
He don't talk or anything?
Yeah, he talks. It's Peter. What is his name?
Cullen.
Cullen. Yeah,
Peter Cullen.
yeah, it's him.
Optimus
Still,
Prime.
Yeah.
But does he transform or is it just a truck?
he is
Oh
a
my
robot.
God. Are we having another Korean comedian moment here?
He is a truck. He is both. You'll see him both, but I don't think.
Okay, it's like you need to say both. I said Optimus Prime in it, and you're like, he looks like this. I'm like, I don't know, a truck?
I also got I finally completed my Thrawn, which is really
I
good.
meant to ask you about that today.
Yeah, so Thrawn in the Thrawn trilogy, which is now quote unquote Legends, He uses, shout out Rainer. He uses a creature called an
He's probably watching.
Islamiri to.
What?
I'm not gonna say it again. So
I actually completely missed it, so I will.
okay, so it's like this creature, and this creature creates like a force bubble where you can't influence the force within this bubble. So they go and capture like a ton of these things, and it ends up being something that he always in all the depictions has sort of like a
Okay.
like a
Yeah, because I
tyrant
have
with
the toy that has it.
Okay,
on it,
exactly,
and
so you know
I
what I'm
don't
talking
what it is.
yeah. So it doesn't eliminate the force, but it just kind of within 9 feet you can't influence the force, so you can't like mind trick or force lightning or anything like that. And they obviously capture like many of these, and the more that there are, the bigger the bubble gets. So no one sells this accessory separate. It's like if you have a Thrawn, you have this accessory. Nick Miller 1987 on eBay, shout out, parted one out for an excellent price. I've actually offered 2 people that have a Thrawn $100 for theirs. They both declined.
Really?
That's like how bad I wanted this,
You're
and I found it
insane.
for $50 from Nick,
Right.
which is really good. And so my Thrawn is done now as far as that goes. He's got the Rebels blaster. He's got the obviously the white outfit, the bent copper, the bent brass shoulder stuff. So I'm really happy to finish that. And I also got today from GameStop my King K. Rool amiibo. If you play Smash Brothers on the Switch, hit me up because I'm trying to get some practice in. But I don't really use the amiibos. I just like them as like little statues. But
Yeah.
it's gonna go cool with my Kirby. So that's what I got this week.
Is
It's
that the
kind
little
of
bug? Little bug?
the little pink one? Yeah.
Cool.
It's not a bug.
He's like a balloon thing.
Oh, I thought you said Herbie.
Oh no.
Kirby.
Oh,
Kirby.
You think of Kirby fully.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
So kind of a cool week for me. Like I said,
I was like, yeah,
I finished my Thrawn. I've had a saved search for this for a long time, and it was actually my buddy Quinn who let me know that one of these Islamiri was up because Nick had spelled it wrong slightly, and so it didn't pop up on my save search.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, you need to buy this." And there was like 4 people watching it. And normally what I'll do is I'll email Nick and say like, "Hey, what's the best price you can do? Let's get off PayPal or get PayPal separately." And we usually come to an agreement that's off of eBay.
And you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, but this one I was like, I'm not going to risk it because there was already people that were watching. And the price, like I said, was just so good that I couldn't pass it up. So that's what I got new this week.
Sweet.
New pre-orders. Commander Cody was the big one from this
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Insane. 243 gets you a ton
Dude,
of
you were
goodness.
only $2 off your guess.
And my guess was actually going to be 243, but I was like, nah, like Sideshow will probably just like get the $2. But 243 is an excellent price for this. It's the same price as the Endor Stormtrooper from Return of the Jedi,
Dude,
which has the LED backdrop.
that head sculpt
It shrink rated.
is
The highest honors that I can get.
Shrink rate.
Yeah, like the sideshow ones are really good.
This is like next level.
It makes them look like they're from the Clone Wars cartoons. I was like, what even is this? It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks,
I'm just
it
excited
looks
to have
really
another
good.
Cody.
So Dean, you pre-ordered it. Manny, you said you were going to pre-order it. Are you guys pre-ordering it?
I'm on the fence. I don't know.
See, I love Commander Cody, but it's like, maybe I'll have enough space for an Obi-Wan, but I won't have space for an Anakin, an Obi-Wan, and a Cody. You know what I mean? In my collection.
Uh-huh.
And if a 501st gets teased, I probably won't get an Obi-Wan. Because like the way my collection's set up, like I don't have that much space
Oh,
for
you're
purple
just
figures.
get 2 501sts?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
3. Might as well get 6.
10 maybe? The rewards points would be
I have
crazy.
10 clones.
Yeah, I need to be up there on that level. So Black Series Hyperreal,
Oh yeah, sorry.
longest sound bit ever.
Sorry. I threw my phone on the ground. Got
Man.
nervous.
Manny's phone's been ringing off the
Please, got
hook.
weak.
So Black Series Hyperreal came out. It started out on Amazon, $50 pre-order, which I thought was a pretty good price given all that you get.
Yeah.
Almost immediately it bumped up to $80 pre-order,
Which is what the price was rumored
which is
to be.
what they
at.
were rumored to be. But all around, this kind of looks like a swing and a miss for me personally.
Right.
I think, what is it, 8-inch scale, right? Or 9-inch scale?
I think it's 8-inch.
8-inch scale is such an odd scale because the 6-inch scale Vader is like, obviously it's like almost 7 inches. So it's like, you're just making the figure a little bit bigger with clothing. It just, it's like a huge, like there's a metal body.
Yeah.
You know, it's like so pointless. Like, why have a metal body for an 8-inch Darth Vader that really doesn't need it,
For $80.
it's just a huge swing and a miss when you can get their fantastic 20th anniversary Vader, 40th anniversary Vader for $20. What do you guys think about it?
I don't see any world where I would pick this up.
Yeah, same.
Even at $50, I wouldn't have gone.
It has a nice base, I'll say that, but the base isn't worth 50 or 80 bucks.
No.
They should have went with the 1/6, maybe like a 12-inch.
Yeah, I would be fine with a 12-inch
Yeah.
Vader that's
Okay.
obviously shorter than 6
Yeah,
scale.
like the Marvel Legends.
That would have been a really neat idea because then I could have taken some parts from it. But you know, it just seems kind of odd.
Yeah, the cloth goods are terrible. It doesn't lay naturally. Even at the 6-inch scale, much less 1 inch more. Like I don't get it.
The one thing that I don't really like, actually, I haven't tried putting double-sided tape, but the 6-inch figure, like the cape
Oh yeah.
sits up right here, it's awkward.
Yeah. Well, so I was gonna say the Polaris Kai, these are 10-inch scale. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe they won't go a full 12-inch scale because they don't want to compete with Hot Toys or Sideshow or something,
Yeah.
and then have kind of like their own market.
Uh-huh.
But like I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, this seems like a rare misstep for Hasbro. They've been killing it lately. Like honestly,
Yeah.
they've been killing it.
They
This year.
were.
They've been killing it last year. They've been killing it
Yeah.
this year. This seems like a huge swing of this. I could see this clearancing out almost immediately.
Didn't you mention that Hasbro should get the award for like best company? I showed you something.
We did. We gave it to.
It was for the
No,
most
no, no.
improved.
This was recently. This was like this past week. You were like, let's just give Hasbro the award right now. I'll find it.
Oh yes.
What did I show you?
Oh man, I don't remember.
I'll pull it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, continue. But yeah, no, Hasbro's been killing it. So that's my thought on Hyper-Roll. I know Sean in the group chat wanted us to talk about it, and we wanted to talk about it as well. But unfortunately, I think at the price point, they really priced it way too high, and it's just like a market that like, because what is the Kotobu Kia? Is that 8-inch scale?
No, those are 10.
Damn, so it's like they're making a figure that doesn't go with anything else. It's
Oh.
such an odd.
Sorry. It was for the Black Series 6-inch retro pack from
Oh yeah,
episode one.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that at New York Toy Fair.
Yeah, but that's why you had said.
Yeah, so let's get into new releases real quick, and then we'll talk about Toy Fair because I feel like we're gonna spend a long time on Toy Fair.
Yeah.
But nothing super new has come out. But
Yes.
more people are getting.
Technically,
Oh, well, do you want to tell us more about it? Your Fenrir with Cloud.
I could go on and on and on and on and on about it.
Okay, well,
Really.
let's talk about Thanos.
It's
More
sold out, by the
people,
way.
more people are getting their hands on Thanos, and there seems to be this issue which Shartimus has pointed out. I believe Justin from Justin's Collectibles has pointed it out. The paint rubbing issue. The arms basically are losing the pigment.
It's the greasy fingers.
Immediately,
Yeah, Shartimus said that he didn't even touch the right arm, and it
dude,
was.
you know what? I have a 3-0 figure that happens. Like I was like, oh cool, gone.
Really?
I think it's one of those things, Jesse. Remember you were saying when you wanted to dye the Phison, where like just
Yeah.
stuff doesn't stick to it. And
Because of the synthetic.
I know Seth, you're gonna get it.
You're gonna have to
You're gonna get it.
marinate it.
You're gonna have to like really be careful.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if this is something that's gonna be corrected with like a batch 2, which means that if you guys pre-ordered it, you might be at batch 1 because Sideshow already has them incoming.
Wait, so is it just like the detailing coming off, or the whole damn color?
I said it looks like a birthmark. Honestly.
I wonder what the
I'll-
arms are made out of because
'Cause it
Coke
just
is
looked
made
like
out
there
of
was, like,
squishy material
some,
too.
like,
Like he doesn't have a
overspray
problem.
and the
I think he's
overspray
green.
came off.
So.
No, it's not.
But let's say we do get it right and the paint is coming off. You can contact Sideshow and they'll send you a replacement, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In theory, so Sideshow, I would say definitely push back. Like, because I've had times where I've gotten legitimate sort of like QC stuff, and I think like they kind of hope that you'll go away after the first email. Like, if it's something that's kind of minor, like, you know, like a tiny bit of paint rub on a Thanos, like maybe they'd say like, oh, that's minor, that's to be expected. But I wouldn't take no for an answer. I mean, you're paying what, like 450, 405.
Yeah, 350.
I mean, the other option is you can go straight to Hot Toys. I know people have gone straight to Hot Toys even though they've bought through Sideshow and still have gotten parts replaced.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
I
never
don't
heard of
know.
that.
I'm still
I've heard
seeing.
Are you calling our guest a liar?
No, I'm saying I've never heard of that.
Your
Because
best friend?
here, Sydney. So I'm showing Sydney here the
Yeah.
the paint flaws. So be careful if you get it. Obviously, like don't intentionally try to rub it off because it probably will come off.
You dip it in water really
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, I'm just, it's just weird because like he's purple and Hulk is green. I'm sure Hulk is made out of the same material, so I don't
That's a
know.
good point.
What's the problem?
Just get a Hulk
some-
arm
some,
and put it on
like,
top.
detail.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Big old-
Yeah,
That's pretty
look like Jesse, man.
Right.
Calm down.
So,
Maybe.
Maybe.
so we had New York Toy Fair this week. Lots of really cool stuff. So I'll talk about what stuck out to me, and then I'll let you guys share your most anticipated. But for me, most anticipated Diamond Select Iron Giant. I think they said it's gonna be about 10 or 11 inches tall. It has kind of change out parts.
Oh, they're cool.
Um,
Oh man,
It
I was
would be
gonna
nice
watch
to
Ready
be-
Player One today too.
you're gonna what?
I was gonna watch Ready Player One today.
Nice. I think it's gonna be neat to get one of these. Diamond Select is usually pretty affordable, so you know I think the Sentinel one goes for like 300. Like at this point, I think it pre-ordered at 100. So the one that you have is kind of an expensive one, right?
Yeah, it's Mondo. I think it was 250.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they keep it under $100. I think it'd be an easy pre-order. for me.
Diamond Select,
Yeah, Diamond Select.
dude, their figures are pretty inexpensive.
I know, that's what I'm saying, I'm
Even
pretty
the
hopeful.
one was like $10 at Walgreens, and then if you got the deluxe 2-packs at GameStop, even with their markup, they're like $25.
Yeah, I'm hoping this one's readily available because my wife really likes this movie. I really like this movie. Ready Player One, maybe like the character even more. So for me, that's pretty exciting. Manny, this was NECA, right? It was the Bob Ross.
Yeah, yes.
I
I'm
don't
not
like.
convinced.
I'm not convinced, but I like the idea of having a Bob Ross in my collection. Bob Ross means a lot to me.
You have the pop, right?
I have the pop. I have the
Not to
pop.
everybody. Don't-
It was actually cool. My wife was giving birth. Bob Ross was on the PBS at that time, so
Yeah,
it was
he
like
just
our
like-
daughter was for the
It's
world.
just like, hey, thanks. I could play that earlier.
I'm sorry.
That's
So,
literally the songs in that game.
Is it really?
Yes.
What?
That's the Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry.
13.
Oh my gosh.
I'm an
Manny- Manny's
uneducated
failing on the
swine.
soundboard.
No, but that's for Final Fantasy 7.
So the Bob Ross.
Order 66.
Is that it? Is that for this too?
So
No, wait.
Bob Ross. I'm not 100% convinced on it, but if it improves, I'll definitely have to consider it.
Yeah.
Manny, I know this is really exciting for you. The Post Malone Funko Pop and the
Ooh.
Office Funko Pops.
Dude, I'm
Those
telling you
look
right now.
dope.
I'm gonna get all of the Office Pops because I've said that when Funko does it, I'm gonna get them all. So I'm getting all that, and then the Post Malone.
They see where Cyclops chase. That would be.
Yeah.
My lady loves The Office, so I'm sure I'll
I know
use The
Karen.
Office.
Yeah, she's always posting on her
Dude, I'm so
Instagram
happy
story.
that they finally did it.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Can't
She
wait.
doesn't follow me on Instagram though, so
She
it
doesn't?
kind of hurts my heart. No,
I
I follow
think
her.
she
She
should
She
doesn't
doesn't
follow
follow me either.
Karen, if you're
I'm a-
listening, yeah, you gotta.
She's pulling
Hey,
a
come on.
Cody.
Follow it. So something that she does like is the Mezco '89 Batman.
Which I know Manny is a huge fan of.
Oh,
We're gonna talk about
We
you.
can't get the hot toy, but we'll get the Mezco.
hell yeah, dude.
So that's
Pre-order that as soon as it comes out.
heck yeah.
It's got a big
I know
chest.
also the Hasbro is doing a vintage re-release.
Oh, yeah.
Not an actual vintage.
Yeah, actual vintage.
Not just a vintage line.
Now, I know some people that are hardcore vintage people are kind of freaking out about it if they use the same mold without any distinction between, like,
It's like a
2019.
date on the foot.
Yeah.
well, no, like for the weapons, like for blasters or anything like that,
Oh,
they're kind of concerned, like, what it'll do for the market. For me personally, like, I like the idea of having a vintage Vader in my collection, but I don't like the idea of the price. So it would be good for me personally if I could find one to pick it up at like $10 retail or whatever it is. Be able to put this in the collection alongside my other Vader stuff. I know some of these toy blogs that are like quote unquote hardcore collectors, they really hate this idea, but it's sold out instantly on Target.
I know, dude, and I wanted
Literally
to jump on that
instantly.
like a skank on a bag of chips.
I know. Shout out to his son in
Shout out
England.
to son.
Can you say that one more time, just slowly?
I won.
Well, you know, like say it like space.
No, because the pre-order sold out,
Almost instantly.
which is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess not for Toy Fair. They're used to things selling out pretty fast, but I was saying like,
I want to jump
I want.
on that like a skank on a bag of chips.
That's what I said.
We interviewed Ian for our listener special today and asked him to give me a spicy little English phrase that we can toss in casually, and that's what he gave
Everybody's
us.
offended right now.
And they're like,
What is the
bag
meaning
of
of
chips.
this? A skank?
Yeah.
Bloody skank on a bag of chips.
He was like, hey, I'm interviewing Ian right now. I was like, ooh, tell him, what did I say? Top of the morning to you, Governor.
He said, "Oh, bloke."
I was like, tell that bloke.
So,
He's a good guy.
yeah, really good guy. Hasbro also has the vintage, not the vintage, but the 90s Phantom of the Menace packaging
Oh, yeah.
for some of their new
I think
figures
it
that are
looks
coming
pretty
out.
cool.
The OB
Dude,
and
I
the
never
BG.
thought I'd be happy to see that again.
Dude,
You know what I
honestly,
mean?
yeah, when Manny, I was like, dude, Hasbro Figure of the Year, Company of the Year for collecting weekly awards this year.
And it's cool because the packaging is like
It's like holographic.
Yeah, because some of the figures were more rare than others
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's like you search for the holographic one.
Really?
How? Did that again with the fingers? Yeah.
So,
Ooh, those stickers. Ooh.
Manny, there was a new NECA H2
Oh,
or
there's a
H20.
bunch of new NECA Halloween.
Yeah, the NECA released their H2 like at the end when of the original Halloween 2 when he's like bloody eyes when Laurie shoots him in the face. In the
Spoiler
eyes.
alert.
No, this movie came out in the 80s. There's no spoilers.
I feel small.
That one looks legit.
Shoots him in the eyes.
Yeah, she shoots him like perfectly in the eye holes.
In Halloween 2,
Halloween 2, the original sequel,
on Halloween 3, he's not blind.
he doesn't come out in Halloween 3.
Oh, it's somebody
In
else.
Halloween 4, he is
The Korean comedian comes out.
no. In Halloween 4, he's like wrapped up in
Wait, the
bandages.
Korean comedian? I thought he collected hot toys.
The Korean comedian is a collector. He collects hot toys. Yeah. No, but dude, I think NECA really knocked it out of the park. One thing that I noticed that they're,
Are we
you know how they
talking about how he gets his eyes back?
he,
That's a
I
good
didn't
shot for another
explain. He's
day.
like a devil. So
Okay.
I'll show you later.
30 minutes
Uh,
later or something. Like the anatomy of the human
You know
eye.
how NECA has? I always make fun of them for the diaper.
Yeah.
It looks weird.
H2 figure doesn't have it,
Really.
which is weird. Like his legs are not gonna move.
Their quarter scale is weird.
Dude, the quarter scale.
Yeah.
It's like.
Dude,
Diaper
Well, that's
city.
quarter scale.
Mezco
Really good.
also released their version of the H2 Michael Myers, and it looks like garbage.
The 1/12 collection.
Yeah, because
Whatever.
Dick Warlock. Dick?
Why did you
Sorry.
me with such
I was waiting for
a-
somebody to play a sound.
You're the one with the
Oh,
sound
shit.
board.
My bad, I can't do that. Oh, man. No,
Play the
so.
poorly educated.
I just said, dude. I
Dude,
think right at D2.
Such intensity.
Dude, and Dick Warlock's head is much bigger. This is not going anywhere. So like the sculpt looks different, but they just obviously reused the 78
They
Myers.
missized the. They misjudged the size of its
That's what she said.
dickhead.
There it is.
But not safe for work.
Yeah.
So it's Jesse, Seth, you guys got anything cool that you saw at Toy Fair?
Actually, have y'all seen, there's a Transformer coming out it's the Ghostbusters Ecto 1.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's in like the old school like Transformers packaging.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
in
they
the
put
G1
it up
reissue.
and then immediately took it down. Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't let it.
I don't think I saw it.
It looks pretty
is-
cool. It
it's
actually
pretty
transforms into
cool.
like a little robot.
Oh,
So that's not actually canon though. Like they're just doing this
No, they're just, it's like I think they're going to do like a whole bunch
crossover.
of crossover movie vehicles.
Dude, that'd be cool. If there's a Darth Vader
So
transformer.
I would really hope for
I
maybe.
don't know what
There
transformer.
was. back
There
in the day.
was.
Oh yeah, I remember
They had the
that.
line.
The TIE Advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse, do you got anything cool that you saw, or did we kind of hit everything?
Hit everything pretty much for me.
Yeah, I need that Post Malone Funko Pop. Like,
Hell.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed.
I've never judged someone so poorly, but I remember seeing his first music video. It was like, oh, this man's garbage. And then he was on Ethan and Hila, and he was on Hot Ones. And
I was like, damn, Post
Oh,
Malone.
yeah, he was on
is-
Hot Ones.
It's so fucking.
That
cool.
dude was drinking beer
I-
and milk at the same
I
time.
tweeted and was like, hey, Post Malone, you should talk to somebody at Funko. Okay, Jesus.
Did he-
That's a
did he
cool
tweet back?
story. No, man, it's the only one that liked it. But I also got a follow from Manny 10 seconds later, so he wasn't following me this whole time. Yeah, you listen.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why I wasn't following you. That's so weird.
Wait, Dean, weren't you doing some guerrilla marketing on Valentine's Day? We just.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say I was really disappointed with Toy Fair this year because I really like hone in on Square Enix, which makes these,
Uh-huh.
and like all their shit was Kingdom Hearts, and I was just like, I want to see something new. They're supposed to be coming out with Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, that's exactly right. They. What was the last toy show?
X-Men. Oh.
No,
SCC,
Oh, you mean like-
SCC.
yeah, I think it was San Diego Comic Con. They put out test shots for their Bring Arts Final Fantasy IX, which is an amazing game.
Uh-huh.
And they've only made those figures once before. Pretty much, they've made Pharmacy 7 figures in every single line. Pharmacy 8, all same thing, and then all the new ones. But they've only made Pharmacy 9 figures once. And so to see them like prototype form, I was like, dude, I'm so excited. And then I was expecting to see them like colored or at least fleshed out a little bit more, not just like gray plastic. And they just didn't bring them. It was just Kingdom Hearts shit. I was just like, wow. I like Kingdom Hearts, but why are there 15 versions of Sora? Like, I just have the one Sora and I'm cool. I don't need him with Jack Sparrow's outfit or.
Maybe some people's Cloud is Sora. Maybe that's how.
That's true, and those people are dumb.
I'm a little Sora right now. Can you give me a massage?
God damn it. Why are you this way? Sorry.
So, I had an interesting experience with a local retailer.
Oh.
I told you guys about it. It's such an odd experience.
It's pretty upsetting.
I don't play Star Wars Armada. It's like this tabletop game. You play it like actually on a table about as big as mine, and it's like a turn-based.
RTS.
Yeah, like a turn-based game with like starships from Star Wars. And last year they announced that they were making a Super Star Destroyer that's like 2 feet long, and I was like, okay, like I definitely need that. The price was really good. It was like $200, which there's not any model kits out there for the Super Star Destroyer. There's plenty of Star Destroyer model kits, but $200 for a pre-painted, pre-detailed model kit is pretty affordable. 2 feet long. So I've shopped at this store for a long time. I'm not going to mention them. And I called them and I said I wanted to pre-order one. And they're like, okay, cool. Sounds great. We'll call you back and let you know what the deposit would be. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Kind of put it on the back of my mind. And in the beginning of January, which is the model should be coming out first quarter of 2019 is what they said. I was like, crap, like they never called me about the deposit. Let me make sure my order is still active.
Right.
So I called them and the guy's like, yeah, I actually talked to you. You're still good. There was no deposit needed. So, we'll call you when it's in and you have 7 days to pick it up. And I asked him, can you guys call me when you know that's coming so that I could start putting money away? And like, I buy a lot of 6-scale stuff,
So
statue
you're
stuff.
prepared.
Yeah, so I have like 10 days to 5 days to know like, hey, I need to drop $200 within 7 days of the date it's going to be there.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, we don't really do that, but just if you want another update, call us back. But usually this company doesn't, like they kind of just release stuff. It's not like a movie where it comes out or like a video game comes out on this day. It's like okay. So it's kind of the middle of February, so I was like, okay, like it's in the middle of Q1. Let me call them. 1, because I'm pretty anxious to get it. Like I really want this thing in my collection. And 2, I need to make the space for it. And 3, again, I need to know like when I need to drop this money. I've had money sitting around for it, and there's other things I could buy. So I call them again, and same guy, and he's like, I mean, you kind of sound pretty anxious about this purchase. Like, if you just want to cancel it, just let me know. And that's really odd for that to be like one of the first things you say. And I'm like, no, it's not like, it's not about the price, And I was like, I mean, frankly, I could get this for, I think there's an online site with no tax that sells at $150 free shipping. So about $50, $70 less. And I'm like, I'm not concerned about the price. Like, I just want to know when it's going to be in. And essentially, I just kind of got lectured, like, oh, they just send us this stuff. They don't email it to us. Like, we don't pay for it before we get it. We get it and we pay for it when we sell it. Like, just all this stuff, and like, kind of going into like, oh, if it's too big of a purchase, like, just let us know. We'll cancel it. Like, if you need a longer holding period, just let. And like, I just felt so insulted. Like, I mean, I'm kind of like one of those people that can walk into a store. Like everyone knows who we are. Like all of us here, we buy a lot locally. Like, we're never really like disrespected like that. And I was like, what the hell? Like, one, I'm doing you all a favor by buying this from you. I could be buying this online and not putting any money into your pocket and saving myself quite a bit of money, actually. 2, there's been no customer service on their end calling me back saying like, hey, it's got delayed. Hey, we actually didn't need a deposit from you. It's all been on my end. And for them to just go straight to like, oh, if you want to cancel it, just let me know.
If you can't afford it.
Like, it's not like, even if I can afford it, like, I should be the one to tell you that. You shouldn't just like call me out about my budget. Like,
Yeah.
it was just so disrespectful. I was like honestly shocked. Like I was having a rough week when it happened. It was that week when my dog passed away, and I was just like, it's like, dude, honestly, like I'm just gonna hang up this call because I feel like this isn't gonna go anywhere positive. And I was just so pissed. Have you guys ever had anything like that where someone just like straight up disrespects you like that? And I almost feel like if I cancel it, I feel like they win, you know. So it's kind of in a weird spot. It's like, you know. Okay.
That's what I say to them. Sorry.
Have you guys had anything similar or any sort of? I mean, I just felt totally disrespected. It's like, dude, like, you know, just like apply
an
this to a hot
international
toy. It's
celebrity,
like,
you shouldn't be.
yeah, I'm from the United States to the
Are you
beautiful
collecting
shores of
weekly, bro?
Sutton.
Yeah.
It just
I
was
can't
so.
think of a time when that's happened.
I mean, you just had to walk into a store,
I'm also
like we
white.
know.
I'm just kidding.
We know Bill, we know Buddy, we know all these owners. Like we get, I mean, all these stores are really nice to any person, but I feel like we get treated really nicely when we walk in the stores. And I feel like maybe because they don't like, I don't buy that much there. Like I'll buy a comic book here and there, or like a pop, but like I kind of stay under the radar there because they're mostly like a war gaming store, like,
Right.
you know. I was like, oh my god.
I'm like, hi, I'm gonna call tomorrow. I'm like, hi, this is Zach. I'd like to cancel my order.
That's really messed up.
It was. I was like, god damn.
You're good, bro. Shake them
So
off.
shake off the haters, Manny. That's Manny's motto. Jesse, let's talk about the DC report.
DC report. So Affleck's out. He's officially confirmed he's out. It's sad because like he had one of the best moments, action wise.
I couldn't agree more.
Everything else, so you know, whatever. But I felt like they didn't do him justice in Justice League. Sorry.
Ah, punch.
Hey.
And Zack Snyder posted a little thing on Vimeo or whatever. What was that? Vimeo? What's that?
Vimeo.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
right
know.
the first time.
About like his farewell to Ben Affleck and saying, hey, like you were my favorite bat, and you know, I wish he could have gone further, but no, he's out. He was on a talk show with Kimball, right? It was Kimball.
Yeah, I think he was saying he tried some different ways for the script,
And he couldn't
said
make it
couldn't
work.
make it work, and that you know, he just thought it would be better that someone else takes over. So
Dude,
we gotta respect him for that, though. For not, like, I think if he would have done it, it would have been half-assed. I think we can all appreciate him more that he realized like, I'm not good for this. Like,
Yeah.
it needs to
Yeah.
be.
And this guy's a huge Batman fan. Like he has like a secret doorway in his house, like a bat cave. So this guy loves Batman. Yeah, he does. So he really loves
I
Batman.
wasn't questioning you. I was asking you.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
sorry.
were like, yeah, he does.
Oh,
I'm
I
talking about Ben Affleck or Snyder?
oh no Ben Affleck.
Oh, shit.
He was
so
like, Ben Affleck, and you were like, yeah, he does.
oh, because you're like, I thought it was a question, and you're like, Ben Affleck, and I was like, yeah, he does. So yeah, so I mean, I'm sad to see him go because I thought like his suit, the way he portrayed the bat as like a really brute action.
Right, just over it. Like, I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
nice anymore. I'm just gonna
I
kick
Dude, when
ass.
he like was taking down all those thugs,
In
like,
the-
it felt like an Arkham
dude,
game.
Yeah,
So that's why I was
oh
like,
my
this is the
God.
bat I'm looking for. You know, someone that's like a ninja. So
Yeah, none of that.
Hey, watch your language.
I'm not gonna kill anybody. I'm just gonna teach them a lesson. It's like, no, fuck that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
his arc would have been cool, but I mean, it didn't happen. But that's it for the DC report. I mean,
He actually made me like the character Batman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you actually
Yeah,
have
Iron
Batman.
Batman.
I have, yeah,
Iron
Iron
Batman.
Batman.
Iron Man. When I
yeah,
was
you do.
So I'm pretty much done with my binge watch of the Nolan trilogy.
Oh,
Absolutely, damn, you digging for gold.
I feel it.
God, what an incredible trilogy.
Sorry.
I think I'm gonna get my first Nolan trilogy figure. It's from my good friend Seth.
I thought
Seth?
he was
Jelly.
unwilling to sell.
No, it's something else.
Oh,
Yes. So Seth.
What is going on here?
Seth
Y'all
and
are
I
just
have
like looking at each
verbal
other.
agreement.
Oh.
You just play that arrow sound.
Oh, wrong sound effect.
Oh,
God damn
damn
it.
it.
You have one job.
One job and you're messing up. Anyway, so the Bank Robber 2.0 Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
I think you were saying you want to think about it for a little bit.
I have kind of like a kit patched Joker, you know, those purple coat and everything.
Let me buy that one then. I'm just kidding.
No, I can't. And I
Was
just
it with the 1/6 kit clothing set?
Or actual Hot Toys.
I think it's actual Hot Toys. I really think it's actual Hot Toys. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And now I just can't really, I don't want both anymore.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think.
too weird to have,
Yeah,
because it's so iconic in that purple suit and everything.
Yeah.
I think when I get yours, I'm gonna still try to pick up the purple suit by itself because I like the head sculpt from the 2.0 Joker better than all the KOs that I've seen and like the DX. It's like the DX01,
Well,
whichever.
Was it you who ordered the head and you got like a totally different?
No, that was
That was Cody, but I did order
Okay.
ahead, and he came out good.
Yeah, poor kid. But yeah, I'm excited. So hopefully I'll have that in my collection soon. It just comes with a bunch of cool stuff like the
Dude.
backpack, the mask.
That's
guns.
so cool.
I don't know if you've ever seen my picture. Speaking of the bank robber Joker, but I was in Chicago and I stood like where he stood, and I chopped Joker out and I put him next to me, so like the scene is exactly the same. I'll show you.
Yeah, it looks like a piece
It's on my
of canvas.
face, but no, not that one. Like in the beginning, when the truck picks him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was standing right there. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I was saying with Manny on the listener special, I really want a Bane.
Oh, he's in Bane.
But I have to say, after I watched the trilogy out of order, so I watched Batman Begins, then Rise, and then Dark Knight. Heath Ledger just kills it. Like I need a Heath Ledger in my collection.
Yeah.
Dude just kills it every scene. So
Hot Toys has their quarter scale, right?
it's coming out pretty soon,
Or,
actually.
like,
Yeah, I think it was delayed just a
It
little
was
bit.
delayed, and there was someone crying about it, and people were like, "Shut up, dude."
What's the Joker? Hot Toys Joker with the big old feet. I don't like that one. It's like a statue. The feet are like huge, and he has like a card.
Oh, I've seen that. He's like hunched over, all
Yeah,
weird.
the feet are too big on that.
Heroes has that.
Yes, that's where I've
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that. And like I said, I'll upgrade the purple suit at some point. But the bank robber suit looks really dope, anyways.
You were talking about Bane a second ago.
Yes. Because you brought your Bane, and that looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's just the Feiston body, and then you just get the kit with the clothes.
Uh-huh.
I've been looking. I've been searching. Like you said,
Yeah, let me know.
it's dry out there, but I'm still looking.
Yeah. Do you put your penis on your Bane too, or is it
Nah, dude, it won't fit.
What?
screen
So-
accuracy?
Oh my
You
God.
really need so you need to get the M34 body, not the M35, because those quads won't fit in those pants.
Hello.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, could you just cut some off?
yeah, but I ruined the figure.
That's awesome.
You're never gonna see
Send
it.
me that picture.
I guess you could, but so the M34 body recommended for sure. But baby powder like a motherfucker, bro, to get those pants to fit.
Nice. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I mean, Nolan trilogy is just insane.
Yeah.
Easily one of the
Yeah.
best. Like, I mean, in my opinion, up there with the original trilogy. of
Yeah, it
Star
does
Wars,
look
like,
like a piece
in
of
terms of
canvas.
movies.
It's movie making, man. It's really good movie making.
Dean says that I'll post these pictures later, but he says that it looks like I peed my pants.
Oh yeah, I remember that picture. Spot Ruski is joining us here on the live stream.
Hey, shout out to Don.
So
There he is.
let's take a quick break and then we'll get into that's Wife's Ultimatum. But before we do, an ultimatum.
Speaking of
Always
tomatoes,
a
I get them out in my kitchen. They're collecting.
Why are you this way?
Oh,
So before we go on break, we want to thank our friends Yost and his father Hans at Jazz Inc. Dioramas. They sponsored this whole entire month's worth of podcasts. They've just got into 1/12 scale dioramas with their 9-inch long and 12-inch long Tantu 4 dioramas. They work great for Black Series and Bandai model kits that are 6-inch to scale. They also have pre-orders for the 1/6 X34 Luke's Landspeeder from Star Wars: A New Hope. I know Dean has been tempted by that. They also have the Death Star window dioramas in Deluxe, DTOF, True Scale, Vesta, and Ultimate Scale versions on their website. Their website is jazzinkdioramas.com. They have, like I said, the ones we mentioned and plenty of other great dioramas and accessories. And remember, Collecting Weekly listeners get access to a one-time 10% discount on their purchase using the offer code Collecting Weekly. That's one word, no caps, and you can make your collection come to life with Jazz Inc. Dioramas. Again, the coupon code is Collecting Weekly, one word, no caps, 10% off.
Go get yourself
hell yeah.
freaking dio.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Damn it, Jesse, don't
Dude, you
Dig
said
around during
schlong.
6-inch long. Jesse, you can't dig around during the
I
sponsor.
almost played a soundbite.
All of them digging around during the sponsor.
Play it back again. You said schlong. And I looked at
6 inch
Jesse,
long.
and he was
I
like
said
this.
inch long.
No,
It sounded-
Yeah, it sounded like
It
schlong.
sounded like schlong.
And like
Either way.
you looked at Dean, and then you're like,
And he was like this. I was like, play it again.
6-inch long.
It doesn't matter what I said.
If it's 6 inches, it's not called a long.
You know, I like the way the arms works. That's the way Michael Myers would be.
All
Dang, it's a big leg.
You can find. You should find like they have smaller. Maybe you can.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Way smaller bodies.
Sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
Dude, Mania for episode 30 on Instagram.
Okay, Seth needs to talk more.
Yeah, Seth, you gotta talk a little more.
Ask him about this and then go off on it.
Yeah, so
Does he fit on him?
Probably.
Take me for a ride, boy.
we'll do it after Rate the Flicks. We'll talk about the Soul of Chigokin.
What?
Great the dicks.
What are you saying?
That's Manny's other podcast.
Yeah, what is the adult version?
Yeah. What episode was that on?
Was that when Ammunition was here?
I don't remember. I was fucking funny.
Dean.
I was like, no.
Alright, let's
Whoa. And then
Can't even turn.
he just puts it on the floor and he's like,
This dumb as a bucket of shit.
Are you guys ready?
yes.
Born ready. Actually, I was born early, so I wasn't.
You were a preemie?
Yeah, so for the last segment, let's try to chip in a
Oh,
bit
wow.
more.
I was supposed to be born on the 15th.
Yeah, Jesse, you two, you're actually kind of quiet today, Jesse.
Oh, it's because some of the topics I haven't.
Jesse's too busy texting, or I've seen him texting. all
Dude, who are you
I'm
fucking
on
talking
the.
to?
Yeah, tell Kim to follow us.
How much of a is not Karen?
Ooh!
I'm,
There's some bugger.
You can't even see it.
Well, I'm watching.
What's going on? What are you watching?
Who's Adrian?
Or just sexy as fuck.
Alright, well, Jesse, you need to.
Adrian?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wait, let me
someone-
see the chat. Mine's not loading.
Who's sexy as fuck?
Oh, someone just said that right now.
Yeah.
Damn, who's Adria Warner? Is that girl? Talia. Instagram Adria. Like Jesse got her. Also, Manny, I feel like we're underusing the poorly educated.
I know that nothing's really come up, so say something stupid.
Oops, this is my wife's account. That's what they said.
Man, these are too long, some of these.
Man, that's never stopping.
Who the fuck's Adrian's husband?
Oh, man.
Dude, keep
Oh,
going.
Kim. Kim. Alright, you guys ready?
Oh, nice.
A little space.
Oh, I just met her yesterday. She's very nice.
Alright, ready?
I actually didn't technically meet her. She was across the room and we were like, hi.
Oh, okay.
Very nice. From what I could tell.
Alright, let's bang this out. Alright, again, we wanted to thank Jazzing Dioramas for sponsoring this.
Yes.
So, Seth, your wife gave you an interesting ultimatum for collecting.
Yes, she did. Now, it sounds bad. I don't feel like it was that bad. But we were discussing a thread, and somebody who runs a large group, I won't say their name, said they have like 132 Hot Toys. And so we got to counting, and I have like 108.
Jesus. So you need to beat him.
Obviously, I need to beat him.
You're
So
right.
that's
As a
all
man.
man.
Yeah.
No, she was saying that somebody had posted on there that if you have over 100 and you spent like maybe, basically 200 per figure, you would have $20,000 in the bank. And so she was
Oh,
saying,
God.
That's why you're selling Joker.
yeah. No, she was saying, I want a
I've
new
been
car.
implicated in this plot.
And so, we have to save some money. So if you're going to buy a figure, I'm not going to tell you you can't. But if you're going to have to put that much money in savings.
Hey.
And so now I'm like rethinking every purchase because I'm like, man, if I buy like a $400 figure, I have to put $400 more in the savings. And can we afford that at this point in time?
Right.
So that was, I don't know. It wasn't harsh, but I'm like, I think I can do it. It gives me, I'm like, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it out.
You're gonna be sitting.
She's like this.
She's gonna take pictures of your collection.
I feel like it's really hard too because my son will rat me out if I bring anything, and he's 9, so he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, Dad, what do you got?
I'll be like, you
Has
get
that always been on the shelf? I don't think so.
Tell me to write you some receipts.
Yeah, I know. So you have obviously over 100 figures. Do you have like a top 3? I
Um,
feel like I have like 15 figures, and I feel like it's hard for me to pick, top 3.
My lady did that to me.
I don't know if I have like a top 3. I have like top 1 ultimate figure is my my Metacom Rocketeer.
Dude, that figure is fucking
Nice.
awesome.
And it's like that one figure that I would go through any length to keep it.
I want that
Yeah.
helmet, the one scale helmet of that.
That would be awesome. But like, Metacom bodies are terrible for breaking. I placed a body
With a Metacom body, or
with a True Type body.
I think that was one of our first conversations. Actually, you
Yeah.
had told me that you were upgrading because of that.
I know sometimes if the jackets will start peeling, I will replace the jacket. I will replace like even the straps on the rocket. I will replace everything if I have to, just to keep that one figure. So that's like top 1. I don't know if I have like a top.
Oh
3.
yeah, I saw your post. You were like a Rocketeer.
Yeah.
Bro, so let me ask you a question. When you have to start putting the money into savings, when does that start?
It
You have Thanos, right?
It actually started with this little Stylosaurus. So she was like,
Right
"That's
there.
coming in today, so
Hey.
you better put $100 in the savings right now."
Woohoo.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, my wife has cracked down more, thankfully, on me. So my thing is I have to try to sell something before I can pick something up, or I just have to be like better about what I buy, because sometimes I'll buy stuff and then it's like a week later I'm like, okay, it's not really that cool.
Like
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, like that. Well, but I sold it for what I paid for it, so it wasn't that terrible. But yeah, so we're starting to button down a little bit. My my wife is going to need a new car soon, so
what happened?
that's
You okay?
I'm okay. Manny, you're getting married soon. Do you think that you might get the old?
Always says, as long as the bills are paid, you can buy whatever you want.
So that's the same thing that she says to me. Leah,
Manny's wife?
Leah. So I just bought Superman, right? So I just paid him. But I've been trying. She's been wanting to get a Nintendo Switch, and I was like, okay, so I got one for me. I gotta get something for her. So it's like I'm trying to go back and forth now. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of y'all's wives, or actually all of y'all's wives, are really cool.
Oh,
Dean, I kind of did this gesture and stopped it.
you're a piece of shit.
Good thing my fiance doesn't really.
Yeah, your fiance is really.
She likes like scrapbooking and stuff. So
Yeah, but she's
coupons on
active
Michaels.
though. Like she listens to the podcast. Like
Yeah.
she obviously she hosted us, and she's just a really cool person.
Yeah.
I'm
mine's
really
kind of
excited.
worrying because like she wants to get into statues, and I'm gonna be like
You're gonna be the one.
I'm gonna be the
down.
wife going. Wait a minute, hold on. That
Don't-
statue's like
I didn't
$1,000.
see this
even-
Catwoman when I left the house.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. I was like, you ordered another Batman statue? Shit. Okay.
See, my wife actually collects statues too, and so but here lately she's like, I'm not collecting any, and I'm so bad. I'm like, I'm gonna buy her this, and she's like, why did you buy me that? I mean, I like it, but why did you? You just shouldn't have.
Wow.
I tried to get my wife into collecting. I got her the Jack Sparrow DX15.
Yeah, then he sold it.
Yeah, she was like, this is really cool, but every time I need to move something on my desk, like something falls off the base, and she was like, yeah, kind of.
It's funny you say that because I actually, I've been watching too much Game of Thrones.
Hey, it's calling himself out.
Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
See,
See, I've changed, guys.
a lot happened during the break.
Last week, yeah, I took on, Now, I told Marissa that she loves Captain America, so I told her I would buy her the Infinity War cap, but she just doesn't want it.
Okay, that's pretty much a purchase for you, though.
Pretty much, yes. But I have to have her
Yeah,
say
I'm trying
yes.
to sell this. I'm trying to sell this Diamond
I want
Select Iron
you to
Giant
have-
to my wife.
Yeah, put it in my detox.
My-
Next to
my-
Thanos.
My wife doesn't like collecting these anymore, so I'm selling it. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Adolf? My son doesn't collect these anymore.
That is
the
hilarious.
things that just came out?
So I'm being told that the live stream is cutting a lot. It's like real choppy.
Well,
and
what did
stuff.
you do wrong?
I haven't done anything.
Jesse, your job is set it up. And
Is the mod? What is that little thing that you bought? Is that supposed to be connected to this, or is that it?
it's there. It's not
Okay.
tethered in. It's just putting it closer. But let's talk about the Rate the Flicks, Manny. Your Rate the Flicks review for this week.
I recently checked out the movie Bohemian Rhapsody,
Ooh.
and I did not like it. Well, not as much as Zach hyped it up. Like,
Well, let me ask you this: are you a Queen fan or
I
a
am.
Freddie Mercury fan?
I am a Queen
Okay,
fan.
okay. I was gonna say.
So we saw that like 2 days ago too, and I'm gonna agree with everything you're gonna say.
I love Queen, but
Are you psyched?
it was just.
No, I
It
already
was-
know.
First of all, it was too long. It was unnecessary. You didn't have to have it that long. That's what she said. But like the way it ended, also like I feel like it could have ended it like NWO. I had mentioned that a little while ago, like or earlier when we were talking off the mic. Like the way they showed Eazy-E in the hospital. I kind of wanted to see that part of the movie, but it just ended with them, at the Live Aid or whatever.
Well,
It's like
Freddie,
I wanted to see him on his.
well, he was like really private about. Like he didn't say that he had AIDS until the day
Yeah.
before he died. So.
You could have included.
I feel good that they ended it at Live Aid. That's like his performance.
Yeah, that's like the
So-
pinnacle.
Okay.
I don't know. I personally liked it. I mean, I would say I'm like the biggest Queen fan or the biggest Freddie Mercury fan. Like I have all their merchandise, but like I do enjoy their music and Freddie
Oh, the
Mercury.
music's amazing.
I personally thought it was really good. I mean, I guess for me it's kind of odd because I didn't feel like it was long, and I'm man, like I can't sit through anything. I actually sat through the whole movie.
He didn't even sit through his birth of his daughter. He's here watching Bob Ross.
So it's very rare that I fall asleep during a movie.
Oh man.
Very rare. And dude, I found myself. Oh shoot.
I think the problem the movie had was like it was just a bunch of scenes sliced together, and there was no real plot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was just like
Yeah.
a bunch of scenes, and you're like,
Yeah.
he's acted really good in this, but there wasn't anything happening.
It was like in the beginning. Yeah, you have like he gets found or whatever, and then the rest of the movie is it's just one big chunk. Like
Yeah, and it's just like
It was
random scenes,
It's like beginning, middle, that's end.
and then pretty much
It was almost like really weird pacing. You
Yeah.
know, there's him at the beginning, and then
What's
you know,
happening?
let's skip some time, and then it's like him like
Yeah,
where he's established. Yeah. I get
I
it.
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I think really that's
Sounds
obviously like they
I don't
changed.
disagree. I just think you're wrong.
I mean, I just don't like that a movie is made up of scenes. No, Justin, that was one of the greatest things I've heard on this podcast.
well, it's just like it's like there's no real plot, nothing
Yeah.
follow. It's just stitched together.
Picture yourself in this video.
Yeah, I
Give me
don't
the
know.
phone.
Agree to
No.
disagree. I loved it.
I love it.
No, I loved it too. We thought the acting was really good. It was just like it didn't feel like a movie. It was just like,
I think Remy Malek should get the Oscar.
oh yeah, big time.
No, I didn't like it. I think I gave it a 6
6 out of 10, not bad. So Manny, maybe without spoiling too much, you have been binging Game of Thrones in anticipation of the season finale. Is this
choking?
Is this what do you think about it? Because you're I think
I
in
love-
season 3 or season 4.
Season 4. I'm on episode 3. I love Game of Thrones. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, so let's not spoil the big plot
No.
points, but
I tried watching it like months ago, but I
yeah, I think you said you couldn't get into
I
it.
couldn't. The first
You had to get past the first season because the first
Yeah.
season they're setting the
I
foundation.
went 4 episodes deep, and I was just like, this is not for me.
Yeah,
But man, let me tell you, the Hound is my dude. Man.
and it's crazy because you've owned the Hound figure before.
I technically did
let's tell
own
that
it.
story. Let's tell that story.
So Dean, you know how he doesn't like to give away his figures.
Ever.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, I want a Boba Fett. I don't have it anymore, surprisingly. So I was like, I want a Boba Fett. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had to.
He had 2 at a sideshow in the hot toy, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, give me the hot toy. And he was like, okay. And I was like, what? He was like, all you got to do is buy me this figure and we'll swap. And I was like, okay, what figure is it? It was the Hound. I got it off of Think Geek, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
How much did I pay
It
for
was like 200 chips. It was real cheap.
There's like one.
You hungry?
Casino chips?
You're a bad person.
So I don't think I told Dean this, but when Think Geeks shipped the figure to me, they gave me like this cool magnet,
Mhm.
and I kept the magnet.
You bastard.
But I had the Hound with me, and
Yeah, so
I'm gonna buy it off of
wanted,
Dean's. And
he wanted a Boba Fett, and at the time, even the regular one was like 250, 260. The one with the Sarlacc was like up in the 3s.
I eventually traded to that.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, save yourself some money.
Shout
I
out
really-
John Ortiz.
I really want this figure, the Hound, buy it and I'll just trade you, and you'll save a butt ton of money that way, and I get the figure I want. So it's a kind of mutual.
Yeah,
It works out for both of
it was a
us.
good deal at the time, but now I'm like, that figure is like 300 plus.
Which one?
Dude, I got one there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't checked.
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Where's my Men in Black thing? Damn it. I'm going to buy it off you.
How much is Boba Fett now?
You know what you can do? You can give it to me as a wedding gift.
Oh, I can't go to your wedding. I
Whoa.
forgot. I'm gonna be sick. I forgot to tell you.
You're always sick, bro. I'm
Seth, you watched Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about? Are you excited for the new season?
I can't wait. I wish it was out now.
Did you pre-order the 6-scale Drogon?
No.
That'd be a lot of money.
Dude, I was gonna say something about $3,000.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
no.
$3,000.
Well, it's 1,500.
1,500.
I feel like maybe I'd get a pass for that because my wife loves Game of Thrones too, but probably not. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but the episode where we were talking about it with the wedding, I guess.
Yeah.
My goodness, it was like happy,
The
and
red
then
wedding.
Yeah.
boom,
Everyone knows the
right?
red wedding.
Yeah,
Dude, when that happened, the credits rolled.
it was quiet.
Next thing I know, the credits are over, and I'm still sitting in front of my TV, like
Same. Marissa and I just looked at each other like, whoa.
just like
you need
under shock.
therapy after
Dude,
that.
yeah, it was-
It's
I
a lot.
can't think of
You
a
gotta watch
show
it,
that's done.
We have
anything-
HBO. We're doing the trial, so
Again, the first season is
is it
slow.
HBO?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we've been watching all the Curb stuff.
I
So.
can't
Trust me, I was just like you. I was like, I
I
don't
mean, we,
I love
we
that.
actually love Game of Thrones so much. I made my neighbors use our HBO account so they can watch Game of Thrones.
nice.
We never even talked to them before. We just went over and knocked, and they're like, sign our HBO and watch them.
They're like,
They're
what?
like, yeah,
What?
You're watching. I don't care. No, you're watching now.
Have y'all seen that phone stand that you can build with the little knives? You know those little like orange, purple. They're like they come with like the pickle, like you put them in the pickles.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
mixed drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the olives, they have that, and it's like spray painted. It looks pretty sick.
Oh,
What is
Oh,
it?
like the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
funny.
Ah,
There was a. Have you ever been to Stevens Collectibles here in town?
Wait, Dane, hang on.
Why?
Well, you know how it stops recording everyone's phone? It just stops.
You're watching. I don't care. No, you're watching now.
Okay, so it stopped that long ago. Damn, you got loud there. Let's save it.
You're watching.
Peaking hard right now.
Are we?
the headphones aren't even on anymore. They're in the back of the head right here, just giving them a massage.
So like, you have to be live and talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh, dude. I'm gonna rework the Collecting Weekly logo to look like Game of Thrones.
Oh,
There you go.
with the Song of Fire and Ice.
Oh, so good, man.
I don't know that.
So good.
It's fucking good.
A lot of
I'm gonna
movie.
take a picture of this, and you have the creepiest face on.
Oh yeah.
Why? What am I doing?
You're looking at them with like
Just
sex
being
eyes.
creepy.
It's the
Secret
must.
sex lips.
It's the must.
Let me see. I wanna take a good video of it for the. Dude, what the fuck?
It was like that was the whole picture. You know,
Yeah,
I
delete
was
that.
like, wait a minute.
No, delete
What a
that.
creeper.
I like the one that you posted though on IG. When I'm looking back at it.
I meant to tag you, and I totally forgot.
Yeah, it's alright.
That's one word, no caps. Peace.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Creepy thing is back.
Did it say penis?
Did we talk about the cursed chair?
Oh yeah.
Ghost apparitions like over here.
Did you? I know, dude.
You're right.
Dude, I was like,
But it's someone's watch or phone, right? That's
look, there it is
reflecting the
again.
light. I'm over here sometimes, and I'm like,
You brought your bane, and that looks pretty awesome.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
What the?
You did it. How about a moment of silence?
I have a new nephew. His name is Seth. He's not that new. He's like 13 weeks old. Stop.
Awesome.
There's another Seth in the world, man.
There's a few of us. We're out there.
Yeah, Seth Green,
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
I mean, feel like they're bad examples.
Yeah. Well, Seth Green's really cool.
Yeah. Seth
Shame.
Rogen.
Shame.
Dude, we should start a podcast like this.
Oh yeah.
Welcome.
Hang on, man. Let me focus on this for a second.
Yes. So Seth.
Sure.
Dude, yeah, it was.
Okay, so that works.
Sorry.
The neighbors use our HBO account so they can.
We never even talked to them before. We just went over and knocked to sign up.
That was a good one.
I like turtle.
That video's so awkward.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's a Hispanic thing.
Pinche Seth, todo.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Are you excited?
I can't wait. I wish it was out now.
Did you pre-order the
I don't know what that other word means.
What makes it so funny?
And I
It opened up my nostrils, moved up everything. And it says the farts are all minty too.
Ooh.
Oh, look, I'm just recommended Juiced as a friend of mine. Or Yost, sorry.
Again, the first season.
I'm so used to saying Juiced because I didn't know how to say it.
Be gone, slut!
I like that video of like the two guys fighting like a.
Manny, we should be able to record on a separate track, right? And then not erase the first track?
Yeah, just go under it and put the cursor like after the recording, you know?
Okay, here's what I want to do. So this track is not letting me add to this. So I want to record here. That won't interfere with this, right?
It probably will, honestly.
I'm trying to figure out why it's not extending this.
Save that song and then just open a new one.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Hey, Dynamite.
Oh.
For the curse chair.
Victory
Alright, let's do a quick mic check. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Hello, I'm Michael Check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Alright.
If I ever have to go into witness protection, guys, look me under my.
My man.
Alright.
yes, Daddy.
My man. Settle.
Quit your shit, dude.
Alright, so.
Some of that out, though.
Damn it, man.
What?
We're back.
You interrupted the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, so custom corner time. We got a lot of things to talk about.
yes, Daddy.
So we'll start with a few of the smaller stuff. Dean, we think that this chair that you're sitting in might be cursed.
Maybe. Ooh, spooky.
Spooky. So twice in this chair, custom corner figures have, I wouldn't say been destroyed, but they've been damaged. The first was the Kaido sculpt that Manny dropped,
Dude, that chair
which was
was
hilarious.
so hilarious.
The second one was the Luke Skywalker, and when Dean dropped it, I think it hit the table, the belt ripped one of the pouches off. Still,
You denied it, right? You
still
denied it.
has not been repaired,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
I don't
So
believe it.
I'm not letting
I sat
Dean.
here the rest of the show, and then everybody went to his room.
No.
And then you
no.
walked in, you're like, oh, look, this is broken.
Because I saw the ground and I was like, I have a kid, and I was like, what is this on the ground that someone
I
dropped?
don't think so.
At any rate, this is a cursed chair here. So Dean, I don't want you to touch this because this is Lego. And
It's really not that cursed. I've been
Watch,
saying
something's gonna plug up. All right.
I don't know. I'll do it.
Okay, that actually feels like it's going to That's not well built at all.
Well, it's because the guy that built it, it was from a. So this is my Lego back to tank Darth Vader from Rogue One.
Yeah.
I gave them the size that I wanted it to be, and they built it, and they use like actual legit Lego building techniques. So, like, you know, they can't just glue it to the base.
He's a master builder.
Yeah, he's a really good builder, but so.
Sounds a lot like
He's a master debater too.
And
My father was a
sorry.
almost broke the custom order curse.
I know.
So
Wind a lot of source.
yeah, so this is Darth Vader in the back to tank. It looks really good. There's 2 royal guards and then the Emperor's, I guess the messenger hand. Yeah. So that's it for this week. You know, I don't want to burn through too many of my super crazy customs, but one that was a little easier we have here is the Mark 42.
Oh!
Dusty.
Yeah, so they call this the Dusty Black Panther Iron Man Mark 42. Essentially, all I did was took the damaged parts and I used them as a color test, and I airbrushed some black onto the non-damaged parts to make it look match and look
No, you
uniform.
airbrushed the whole thing black.
No, I did not airbrush the whole thing black. And hit it with some metal chipping, and I like the way it looks.
Sorry.
I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah,
you
for
guys.
sure. When it comes to this, yeah.
Yeah. So, Dean, let's hear it. Let's hear the roast.
You have obviously done all the roasting yourself already. Chore.
He's definitely.
This Iron Man dork.
I got dork fast. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. No, it looks in person. It's not as bad as photos, but it's still.
Well, I
really
think the
good.
photo was bad because my cabinet lighting is at the lowest
You
setting.
always have a reason. Is the thing.
Most things have reasons. And so I guess that brings us to one of our talking points is how far is too far. I know you said you really wanted to talk about it. Seth really wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys get the floor.
I was just gonna say because you resell figures often, and have also Seth knows, and have we even already talked about me buying it back before you even bought it.
I wouldn't say you said like I'll buy it back, but you said dibs if you sell it.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot different than
that's
like
pretty much exactly what
negotiated
that means.
price.
Like, I'm gonna buy it.
Well, okay, well you already said you want to buy it, so
What he did is
Did.
he spit in your eye. He's like,
Yeah.
no, you can't buy it back now.
Yeah.
Look what I did.
you could buy it back because you have the minty clean armor room,
That's true.
and this would look cool next
Yeah,
to
I'll
it.
probably just take some like cotton swabs to it and some water.
Oh, okay.
Try and get that off. It looks bad. But anyway, no, that was my point. It's like if you're gonna resell something, which you do often, you can't deny that. That's definitely too far. But if you're gonna keep it in your collection and you like it personally, and you're never gonna sell it,
I still think it could sell. I think it could.
I
Because
think
I only have $80
I'm not
of
just
real
saying. I'm
money.
not saying this to make fun of you or to like be funny on the podcast.
Because you're not.
I didn't hear a single good like when we were at Buddy's. It
Oh,
was
that is
like,
a lie.
oh.
That is a lie.
no.
You have a liar. That is a lie. Mike said it looked really good.
Yeah.
And I even turned to you and said, look, see, there you go.
But how did he say it? It was
No,
like,
he's like, yeah, it looks awesome.
It was
He even pointed it out without me
It was like,
asking.
that looks
He
good.
said, no.
Oh yeah. No, it looks good. Man.
He said, damn, whoever weathered that Mark 42 looks really good. And I said, wait, what was that? And you were right there. And I said, see, Dean, we have one person likes it. And I only had to pay him $20 to say it. No, I'm just kidding. No, he said
Pretty
that.
much every time somebody like you walked by with it, or somebody walked by, they're like it's dark, or
No one said that. That was you two that were saying that.
no, it was.
There was probably a few double takes, walking by like.
No, that was a double take of jealousy.
No, I don't think it was.
At any rate, I like it. If I sell it, I only have $80 of real money.
Yeah,
So,
that's also true.
it,
I mean, technically, because you paid for the Jedi stuff.
yeah. But then I sold part. There's money in it, but in my head, I feel like I only spent $80 on it. So
No, I got you.
I think it's still at least an $80 item.
Yeah. But Seth had a good point of how far is too far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people that when I buy a figure and then a new one comes out, and then I'm like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
I want it to start looking like the new one, so I'll buy parts instead of just buying a new figure. But where do you stop? Where do you go? I should just buy the new figure.
Is this a way for you to get around your wife's like
That's a
ultimatum?
new
though?
thing, so
Like,
maybe
I could spend $120 on parts.
If I just buy like the head,
$500 total.
That makes good sense because like I know the Doctor Strange figure doesn't the second one doesn't come with a book, so I'm like, all right, well I'm gonna find that book from the first figure.
It really depends. I guess my feelings on that are it depends on the part that you're buying, the availability and the demand. So
yeah.
if you're someone that is buying, like if you need the Mark 47 Iron Man sculpt, that is an expensive sculpt. It's in high demand with limited supply. It's basically people can charge whatever they
That's
want.
the Civil War one?
Yeah. No, that's the Homecoming. Because the Homecoming's, the Civil War sculpt has a black eye, and the Homecoming is the same sculpt without the black eye.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's blue glasses. But I guess it depends, like, obviously like a Hot Toys Vader comes out, like that's gonna be parted out all day on all kinds of websites.
You said he doesn't have the black eye?
The Homecoming one doesn't have the black eye. It's a clean sculpt.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
But isn't it like the same time period? Like I'm just asking.
No, Civil War.
Civil War happens and Homecoming is like a few months later. It's not like the same day.
Yeah, remember, it starts on the same day,
Yeah.
But it,
and then it
yeah, it's
fast
like
forward
yeah.
2 months later.
I think you're actually, I think it's exactly 2 months. But I guess it just depends. Like, if you're buying like a critical part, like, oh, I need a whole new body, then obviously like that's going to be like $100, $150.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends.
See,
Like,
so I'm right there with my Deadpool.
Mhm.
How much did I pay for him? I don't remember.
180.
180.
That's a good price.
But it was like it's both.
So it's
right?
version 1 with the version 2 suit and body, right?
Yep. And the version 2 satchel.
Okay, version 2 satchel.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
it was
how is
like
it version 1 with the suit and body of 2?
It's like everything
the
else is version
boots,
1.
the hands,
Oh.
the weapons,
Okay.
the head. Now the color is just a little bit off, and I was like, I could just buy a version 2 head. I look at it, it's $60. I'm like, okay. And then all Toy Anxiety has all the stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I still really need the jersey. They have it for $25. So I'm like, okay, that's almost $100 just in 2 parts, and I paid one whatever.
180.
So,
So
I
you
might
should've
as well
just bought the
a
second
version
one.
2.
Yeah, but I think your case was different because you liked certain parts.
Yeah,
more
I
from
like the
version
guns,
one.
the holsters, and the swords and scabbard better on version
Yeah,
1.
so I would.
They look more like actual swords, not like
Yeah.
something you buy at like a gun show. With like, oh, there's no hilt and
Yeah.
I'm stupid. But yeah, I still really want that jersey. And it's only $25. I think I might buy it. You should have sold me the jersey before you got ready to figure.
Tell Zach to sell it to you.
Spencer?
Zach got it?
Yeah, I sold it to him.
Oh shit. Oh,
Rainer?
I traded it.
You did actually for the solo, which you
Oh,
sold.
my collection's locked. Y'all can laugh all y'all want.
Wait, so what's your collection now?
Two Stormies, Darth Vader, RoboCop, the First Order, Kylo, Phasma, and Troop. Then I have Thanos, Iron Man, and one of Spider-Man. And that's probably it.
So what you sold?
I think you
Solo?
wanted a Batman at some
Yeah,
point.
so I do, but
The 89? You're giving up on the dream?
I'm not gonna. No, I'm paying.
Wow, man, he's a fake fan.
Well, then if you're paying cash, you don't have to pay tax.
Yes, you have to pay tax.
No.
Yes, you
Podcast
do.
got dork fast.
No.
I do want a Batman still, though.
Okay,
But
we're
not
not
right
talking.
now.
We're not talking
I
about
guess.
who's selling the figure and where to go. But I bought a brand new SH Figure Arts Krillin. Oh, that also news this week. And he gave me the option of paying cash, no tax. But I was like, I don't carry cash, so I had to pay
Tax.
tax.
Damn.
If you take in cash, it's fine.
Look, I'm just saying, I feel like you.
It's not a barbecue pizza.
I feel like
Bad
your
nuts.
first order stuff isn't locked. I feel like you're gonna sell some of that stuff.
No,
Ooh.
it's not. No one's gonna buy it.
Yeah,
That's
Marissa
true.
won't let me sell it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because she said that's her.
Well, she can let you buy whatever you want, but you can't sell shit without her out.
Just Phasma, because she likes Phasma and it was a gift.
Oh yeah, you can't ever sell that. I'd be pissed if you did.
So,
I got
never-
Zach's
I-
blessing though.
I'd never get you anything.
yeah, except for what it's worth, I don't care. Dean, let's talk about your Vader. You just got the Kyoto head on it, and
Yeah.
how do you like
Your
it?
Vader's looking
So
nice, bro.
It's
You like the Kyoto
it
head?
grew on me like
It grew on you like a skank on a
yeah, like a big old skank on a big old bag of chips. Dude. What the fuck?
grew on you like white armor. Anyways,
Dude, I want to draw that now. Scan on a bag of chips.
So
you should put a bag of chips in the Photoshop for the
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do something.
Selena. Zach with
I'm
a
gonna
bag
look
of
up
chips.
skanks on Google.
Oh, man.
oh god. Anyway,
So the Kyoto, I know you mentioned that you didn't like it.
it was a little small,
Uh-huh.
and you know I put it on there.
That's what she said.
I'm like
Nailed
futzing,
it.
I'm like futzing with it. And I put the dome on, and I can't get the dome right, and I finally get it. And I put it in the shelf. I pose it up, and I sit back on my couch. I'm like, I don't know. So I take some pictures. I send it to y'all, and then like the next day goes by, and I get home. I'm just like, damn, it looks good. And then I'm like sitting down watching TV or like playing a game or something, and I look over. I'm like, damn, it looks really good.
He's tall, right? Real tall.
My Vader's huge.
It is beefy.
So his Vader is, I think it might be a little,
Twice that size.
no, it might be a little bit shorter than this one.
Twice?
The
Yeah, the
first
first
Lords
one?
of the Sith, I think, is like a hair taller.
I love
Oh,
my
this is someone else's figure.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that in a second. But so it's grown on you. I just need to replace your tusk.
Oh, that looks good. Yeah. That's a good pose.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was so fucking pissed, dude. Because I was like, specifically, like, I need to be super careful with this. I can't let it fall, whatever. I'm like moving some stuff around. I grab Vader, and he just
The
like
head will fall.
tips it
Oh,
away.
sorry.
He just like tips it away, breaks the tusk. I don't know where it went. I was like, of course. So right now it's tuskless.
Both
So on one
tusks?
side.
Oh, okay.
Is this a sideshow body with
So
Hasbro
that's a
dome?
sideshow body with both of the sideshow suits, actually. It's one on top of the other to get the thickness. Then it is the sideshow everything else, and then the Rebels head.
There's a New Hope, I think, Vader, and like somebody used most of the sideshow parts, I guess.
The one that you like that I showed you?
Dude,
Yeah.
it's a badass.
That's the
Vader.
sideshow head with the Hasbro
It's a
helmet.
beautiful. It's like low.
Yeah.
Dude, it's badass.
Slide that Vader over here, would you?
Just watch out for the helmet. It's not attached.
Dang!
So
this is heavy.
that's Damien's titanium Vader that we're talking
Oh,
about here.
touch your finger, sorry.
Oh yeah, because I asked him
Yeah.
for a picture, and he's like, I would.
It's heavy, dude.
So Seth has here the Soul of Chogokin. Speaking of diecast, the Soul of Chogokin, Gypsy Danger.
Yeah.
Which
Gypsy
kids and
Danger.
chicks?
So tell us about it.
I don't know what to say other than like Pacific Rim. I mean,
I've never
you
seen
gotta-
Pacific
you've
Rim
never seen Pacific.
Really?
You gotta watch Pacific Rim.
I would say the second one is not great.
with John Boyega, right?
Yeah, the first one is really
The
I'll let you
first one's
borrow it.
really good. And
Oh,
I
nice.
loved the design and I saw this thing and I was like, I have to get it.
That's who's the director? Guillermo.
Yeah,
del Toro?
yeah.
Del Toro.
Yeah, it's a super cool figure.
Mm.
I just never got around. to
I
it.
convinced myself that I didn't need it, and now that you have it here,
And I ruined you, so you have to get
Andy said.
it.
What is it's like 230 on BBTS, I think.
Yeah, it was like a 300 at one point.
Dude, that is an insane figure. It's got a nice little LED light up function. Dude,
How durable is it?
I mean, I wouldn't throw it across this room.
No, but like, are you like weary of moving it around? Do you-
Not really. I mean, he feels pretty sturdy. He stands up nice, so I don't think he's gonna like fall over and break or anything. I mean, it's a nice figure. It's got some nice weight to it.
Yeah, it does. I like the lights. I was like moving them and I actually turned them on and I was like,
You turned him on?
yeah, his sword went up. But no, it's a neat
I
figure.
would play a
I
sound
definitely
bite.
like how it has like all the little pistons.
Yeah, everything moves.
I mean, they really paid attention
And that's
to the little
Avenger?
details.
Danger. That's the first one.
Ooh, nice. That's the best one.
Dude, I kind of need this.
I do wish it had like articulated hands, but
Like the individual fingers.
Yeah. so you can move like each little finger and get some. I think you can get some better poses out of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's still, I feel like he's a solid purchase without it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
So,
Dean, let's talk about your $10 Ironman.
Yes. Yes, we shall.
Mr. Lucky.
Tell us what happened.
So we all have, I say it's our group because it really is. Like we pretty much started it together.
Yeah. So Seth, Manny, and Dean have been in this group since its inception. 1-6 San Antonio.
Literally the first minutes.
Almost at 200 members. If you're in San Antonio, check us out. We do meetings. We try to keep them regular, but it's kind of hard. Like we had a meeting in January we canceled at Zach's house, Rainer's house.
Right.
Not a lot of people were able to make that day. So we really put a lot of effort into plugging this one, and it happened. Like we actually all showed up, and it was a good meeting. It was about 10 of us showing up.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, 10 or 15 people.
Yeah. So during the meeting, obviously there's some buying, there's some selling, there's some trading. The rules are everyone brings a figure, and you show it off, and obviously, of course, the most complimented figure I think was my Iron Man.
definitely was.
It was everything was talked about.
Yeah, that's a sideshow with the Hot Toy or the Hasbro helmet. But during the event, someone had a great idea to do a waffle.
Can't call it a raffle.
And so we'll get more into the story of the cool things that happened before the raffle. We'll skip to the actual raffle. It was 35 slots, $10 a slot, and the winner could pick any Hot Toys sideshow figure on Buddy's 1/6 wall, which
You're
is
trying to get rid
long.
of that Deadpool.
Oh, he was
sideshow.
joking. He was like, "No one's gonna pick this one," but there was some good stuff up there, and we kind of sold the spots within like 2 or 3 minutes. And Dean, it was funny because right away I asked people to start picking slots.
Oh, it was
Everyone was very
shot.
everyone was apprehensive, and you started it off. And what slot did you pick?
Number 15.
Why 15?
And I turned and looked at you, and I was like, "Oh man, I was
Dude.
gonna jump in, but then you got that number because that's one of my numbers." So I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I was like, I'll take the one spot at number 15. And Jesse goes, damn, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Why? What happened with 15?
So I was supposed to be born on the 15th.
Oh,
I
you
was
did
born
say
10
that.
days early, so I was born on the 5th. So I'm still almost there.
You're a little fetus.
Yeah.
That was a good one, man.
Yeah, man. There's also a Marilyn Manson song I really like called New Model 15 that came out like decades ago.
Uh-huh.
Not really decades, probably like 15 years ago.
Ooh.
And
Synchronicity.
ever since that-
Kelly documentary.
yeah,
Illuminati!
like I just really like that song, and I always like went with number 15. And then like whenever I play like Madden and just like create a character, I'm always like jersey number 15. I just like the number 15. I don't know. I've always been drawn to it. In fact, when we won state, our quarterback was number 15 back in high school. So I don't know. I just really like 15.
Are you one of those dudes that like put your like high school jersey up and like, you know?
I actually do have my jerseys at like home.
he
They're
keeps
not
the volume
hanging.
on his TV. 15.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what? I can't hear it. Anyway.
Enough about 15.
So I just picked, I like 15, I
Yeah.
picked it. And there's 35 spots. Some guys bought 5-6 spots.
Oh,
How
baller.
many
Yeah.
spots did you buy?
About 4.
Jeez.
Wasn't that much.
Did you put $40 in a savings?
I had to edit this.
Yeah.
Right? So,
How many did you buy, Seth?
You didn't buy it.
I didn't buy
Yes.
any spots.
Yeah.
No wonder I didn't win.
and I bought 2 slots. Manny, I think you bought 1.
I bought 1 slot.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, there's people buying more than 1 spot.
Jesse bought 1 spot.
I'm not going to win. And I just bought Krillin.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not going to spend, $100 when I'm here. Oh,
Dude, they were out at the
I'm out.
very beginning.
I'm out. I'm like, holy
Yeah, I think there was a
shit.
point where it was like Zach, like 3 of his slots, boom,
Yeah,
30
Yeah,
bucks.
dude, he was like, oh, I'm out.
And so you picked obviously the test armor version Tony Stark diorama
Yeah, so for
for 10
one
bucks.
spot, $10, I won a $350 That's a really good price because he's upwards to $450 online.
And not only was it a good price, it was sealed. Everything was still
Never
sealed.
open.
Yeah.
He still has the battery tabs.
Yeah.
Remember you were like, oh, check the batteries?
They have the tabs.
They still have all the tabs.
Nice.
So,
So enjoy that.
I
think
put together half the diorama base.
It's in your
And
details.
it fits in the
Detail.
detail.
Get your Mark 6 on there.
Yeah, I got my
42.
Mark 6, and then he's like,
Oh, man, I
Screwdriver
hate
in
you
the
so
arm.
much.
it's,
Can I just say that my son was pissed that he didn't go?
yeah.
Because he's like, I want to go. And I'm like, no, we'll go another time.
Dude,
He's
you
like,
should've
I
taken
could have
him.
got that for $10, Dad.
Dude, and
You
your
don't
son would have
love me?
slapped down $10 for that. You would have won. Dude, that would have been a story. Never.
He'd be like, Dad, don't forget to put $10 in savings.
So next meeting he's going, so he can maybe,
He's like 15.
I said we could do it at his place again, so.
Yeah, we're doing it.
And I feel like he made a pretty good amount of money that day.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the podcast, but we talked about it off the air, and it's
Yeah.
pretty sizable.
For a Sunday, because
For
it's
3-4 hours?
open for Sunday,
Yeah.
and
That's right.
I spent money. I think everybody spent money there, so I feel like it wasn't a huge waste of time for him.
Yeah. Next time, buddy has to buy the pizza. That's the only
Somebody's
stipulation.
gonna get nothing but barbecue sauce.
Hombre.
So that's Dean's story at 15.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our question of the week last week. We got a few answers. Collecting's impact on your life. I'm going to kind of skim through some of these real quick. So Ian says it's been a positive impact. He has people that he speaks to every day that he has never met in person, including the lovely crew of Collecting Weekly.
Yeah, it was back and forth with him the other day.
Yeah, he said he's learned to paint and modify figures in a more in-depth way, and it's given an opportunity to offer commissions to other collectors through his Dark Side Customs page. Check him out on Facebook.
What is it?
Dark Side Customs.
Okay, cool.
Dork
Side Customs.
Real dork.
Tour.
And it's obviously something he's very proud of. And of course, he ends it on this beautiful note. He said, if it wasn't for collecting, there would be no Collecting Weekly, which doesn't bear thinking about. It gets me through the Thursdays of work.
But
Ian,
yeah.
you're
Can we make him an honourary Texan?
Yes.
Because that's the only thing I can think that's just as beautiful as that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, he's gonna have to leave the skank and the bag of chips.
Yo, so the bag of chips, is it fries for them? Because chips is something different over
that's
there.
true.
So what do I Photoshop, bro? That
We
Photoshop
should,
both?
yeah, we should message Ian. I think it's
Well,
actual,
just
I think
get
it's
the
a ship.
just get the Fiesta Sisti on a bag of chicharrones.
Yeah.
Our version. It's the chip.
So
That's
PJ
gonna be
says,
my- Hey, can I use this thing?
What is that?
I don't know, but it's
It's not a dude, it's a woman.
that is not a woman, Dean.
No, I remember. Wait a second. No, you're passed out.
Oh no, Dean, no, no. The curse.
The curse.
I remember when that happened. That was like that's an actual woman.
No,
I was
I
like
know.
the moderator on some page.
This is not.
show Eric.
I'd probably save it too. What have you been saying?
All right, let's
You
close.
took that screenshot.
They go so low though. Sorry.
Little arms.
Can we post this on the page so they can see what we're talking about?
Ian gets to
It's
see it.
censored.
All right, let's
Cut those
focus.
Oh, man.
Man, we had fun. Man, this podcast is
I've-
boring.
I've said that this show reminds me of Inside the NBA. They have these moments where, you obviously have like Kenny and EJ, they try to keep it serious, and then Shaq and
Oh,
Charles just tear it apart. You are Shaq and Charles, man. That shit was hilarious.
I'm showing you.
Shaq.
Oh, yeah, he's the bigger one.
So PJ says, Zach, this is PJ. As far as your question of the week, when I moved back to the States from the Philippines, I was having a hard time. Even though I was born in the States, it was very much a foreign country to me, having lived the majority of my life elsewhere. He said that collecting made it easier to rekindle old connections, specifically with his cousin, and also those who collect in one way or another. It's also allowed him to gain new friendships with people with similar interests throughout the years. It's been a lifesaver. Very nice. So Mervin says, simple answer, it's been both negative in that I've had quote-unquote friends be embarrassed by my collecting and some financial hurting, which turned around when I focused on what I really wanted, and positive because I've met great people and new friends from collecting all over the world. Collecting was there again when I was battling depression. It has helped me greatly regardless of what I do. Collecting will always be a part of me.
Did he say friends were embarrassed?
Yeah, those don't sound like it.
That's not friends.
No, that's not friends.
Nope,
You don't need that negativity in your life.
Nope.
definitely not. So the last answer was from Chris Vintage Viewport. You got our beautiful sticker on the laptop there. Check him
Yeah.
out on Instagram. He's also a part of Six Scale Scavengers. He says this is such a great question. He said collecting has impacted his life in many ways over the years. His dad was an antique dealer, and it kind of got him into the whole hunting part. He said it's ingrained in his DNA. He said he used to go to yard sales for antiques, and he was also yard selling for vintage Star Wars stuff, hence the tag, the username. He says as he got older, he continued to collect, always looking to upgrade his figures and stockpile. And he never really had that many friends that collected, so he kind of stopped for a little bit. And he didn't start again until 2015. So from 2006, 2015, he kind of was out of it for a bit, kind of like me. And he said when the Force Awakens hype started to build up, I got a bit. He got bit by the bug of collecting. And he was listening to a podcast called Toy Run, and he heard a call-in from Mr. Brian Fontaine, the other half Six Scale Scavengers. And he was surprised that like someone in his state was making an appearance on a collecting podcast. And of course, the rest is history. They started a friendship. They joined the Brick City Blockade Podcast Network. And they obviously have their own group, Six Scale Scavenger Collectors, and their own podcast, Six Scale Scavengers. And if it wasn't for collecting, then none of that would have happened. So it's kind of like all of us. Like we've got really good lifelong friends through that. And that was our answers for question of the week. So let's go through our question of the week for this week. What figure do you want Hot Toys to make, but you know they won't? Let's just keep it brief. For me, I think I'd love to see a Blade Runner Deckard from the first Blade Runner team. Cloud Strife, maybe?
I mean, yeah, but yeah, that'll obviously never happen.
Well, that's the question of the week.
I was gonna say it's not. I know, but like that's not even the realm of possibility. At least Blade Runner, they made a prototype. So
No, that was Sideshow.
Oh, that was the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was that?
Okay, Manny.
I'm gonna say Valerian, but because I've seen them and they're tangible, but they just won't come out with them.
What do you think, Manny?
1978 Halloween. I could just
Dude,
imagine
hell
what
yes.
Hot Toys would do to that Michael Myers sculpt.
Ooh, that's a good one. Jesse?
I would say I like the Martian, so a little Matt Damon in the suit and be all.
Oh, so cool.
I think that would be dope.
actually be really cool.
Any spacesuit ever figure?
Seth?
I actually probably would have to go with the Rocketeer. I'd love to see what
yes.
Hot Toys would do with the
Hell yes.
Rocketeer, and what kind of accessories it would come with.
Hell yes. So that is our question of the week. If you want to be a part of this segment, email me, Zach@collectingweekly.com. Love to hear from you.
Yeah, let's get some tweets going to Hot Toys so they can make all these figures.
Yeah.
Do we have a Collecting Weekly Twitter? Can I run that?
You can run that. Yeah, I don't know how to use the Twitter.
Ooh.
You can post all your
Oh,
sexy
we
pics.
could run
Oh, my
it because
skanks.
they run the Instagram and YouTube and they'll give us the codes.
Yeah. Bunch of jerks.
Well, you guys can run the Twitter if you want.
That's what she said.
So shout out time. Obviously, shout out to Buddy's Toys and Collectibles down here in San Antonio. Ian Ashton, Damian, and Mervin, they're going to be on our listener special. Sean from Watto's Scrapyard also is going to be on there. We appreciate the participation. And last but certainly not least, Six Scale Scavengers. They run a podcast and a Facebook group, like we mentioned. Really good show. If you like what you hear here, if you like what you hear at this podcast, you can find them on pretty much every podcasting host. They're everywhere. Mint and Sealed Box Podcast also does a lot of good work. King Zachary has been showing me some love on Instagram, been showing us a lot of love. So I want to give them a shout out. Do you guys have any shout outs that you wanted to give?
Kim, Deep No Toys.
Shout out to Marilyn Manson for number 15.
Oh, shout out to Marilyn Manson.
So
No,
Kim-
legitimately, if it wasn't for Kim, I would not own
Yeah, you would have missed out on that one because you were.
It's already sold out.
Yeah.
It literally dropped this week.
Manny, do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to John Ortiz. He actually asked me to ask you about a commission, so I'll ask you off the air.
Oh my God.
John Ortiz, he's part of the 1-6 San Antonio. He's just real quiet, but his collection is
I'm
amazing.
scared.
Shout out Ben Affleck.
No,
Peace out.
No, hold on, I wasn't doing my shout outs.
Oh, my bad.
There's these guys at work that they have a podcast, and they actually have a soundboard and everything. It's Relevant RLVNT podcast. Check it out. It's pretty funny.
Nice. Seth?
I have no shout outs. That's
What?
Shout out,
Shout out to your wife. Shout out to
Shout out to
your
RoboCop.
baby boy that just
Yeah.
turned one.
savings account. Shout out.
Shout out to
Shout
your
out
investment
to
brokers.
Zach for having me here. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, whenever you want to come, you're always welcome. We'd love to have our friends come on the podcast and share their wonderful toys with us. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you're back from plenty of you for our question of the week. I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Manny.
And I'm Jesse.
I'm Seth.
Ooh.
That was a bit of
All right, cut the stream off.
a.
I need to hear what this commission is.
Oh, he's gonna. I'll tell you tomorrow.